We are live here. Let me make sure we're good. All right, here we go. In just a moment. Let's make sure we're good. All right, we are good. Is it going? All right, but I wanted to, let's see. Here we go. All right, boom, we are live. We're here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This is another critical place here, especially as we go across Pennsylvania. We need to go to some of the towns like Lancaster that aren't in these big cities, because we know primarily inside the big cities here in America, for whatever reason, they turn out to be more liberal, and these people are the people that also will be voting here inside the state of Pennsylvania. Right now in Poly Market, Donald Trump is up 62.5% versus Kamala Harris. But overall here in Pennsylvania, as it is the most critical swing state, Donald Trump has a 57% chance of winning, down 3% from yesterday. So it's time to ask some of these people here in Lancaster who they think is going to win, especially here in this town right here. How you guys doing? We're live right now. Can we ask you guys just a quick question?
Oh, no thanks.
Okay, no worries. Do you guys have a quick second, really quick? We're live, we're just talking to people here in Lancaster.
Sure.
Awesome. Who do you guys think wins the election?
I really couldn't tell you, man, but I'm voting for Trump, so.
You're voting for Trump? Did you guys see yesterday there was a big, there's a lot of news coming out from Kamala Harris calling Donald Trump Adolf Hitler, calling him things like that. Did you guys see those remarks yesterday?
I haven't, but I don't really agree with calling people names. I know that both candidates have done that in the past, but I think we really need to see what people believe and what kind of policies they're going to enact, and vote based on what you believe in.
Yeah, and do you think it's fair? Because there's 5 tweets yesterday, or 5 posts on X, where she said Donald Trump wants to become an authoritarian leader like Adolf Hitler. Do you think that's fair for her to call somebody that has never committed any grievous crime to the levels of that in a political, do you think that's even fair for her to say? What do you think about that?
No, I don't think that's, I think it's more important to focus on what she's really a person wants to run for office is really going to do to make a difference.
And here in Lancaster, do you think we're going to find more support for Donald Trump or more support for Kamala Harris?
I don't really know. I'm just visiting from out of town.
Oh, okay.
We're here for a conference, but...
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your guys' day here.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? We're live right now. Can we ask you a quick question?
No, we have an appointment we have to get to.
Have an appointment? Okay. No worries. All right, let's move over here. Let's go talk to this guy right here. How you doing, sir? Having a good day? You live out here in Lancaster?
Yeah.
Awesome. And what's it like here in Lancaster?
Honestly, Lancaster is a very beautiful place. The farmers market and being kind of surrounded by the Amish community is I don't know. I enjoy it here a lot. I feel like it's a really beautiful city.
Awesome. And are you seeing more support for Donald Trump or for Kamala Harris here in Lancaster?
Personally, I try to stay out of politics, but just off the top of my head, and I could just be making assumptions. I feel like Lancaster might be leaning a little more liberal, but ideally, just in my opinion, I think Donald Trump has more experience as far as diplomacy, and I'm all for a female black president and all that, but and everything she's doing is great in my opinion. I feel like the only thing she needs to work on is her border control policies. But I know you didn't ask me my opinion, but
who will you be voting for?
I'm independent, so I'm gonna keep that to myself. But
Are you going to be voting?
I think I will be voting. Yeah.
Okay, and say you had to show up to the polls tomorrow, because we're only 13 days away. We're 13 days away from the election. If you had to show up to the poll tomorrow, who would you vote for?
I would probably vote for Donald Trump, honestly.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Have a good one. There's a lot of people down here in Lancaster Square right now. How you doing, sir? Awesome. We're live right now. We're just talking to people here in Lancaster. We go all across the country. Yesterday we were in Philadelphia, and today we're here in Lancaster. Who will you be voting for?
Probably Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. And what makes you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
I don't know. She just seems like she's trying to get the job done.
Yeah. Do you trust Kamala Harris?
I mean, the government, they always make a lot of promises and they can't always deliver, but there's always that.
Yeah. Yesterday I wanted to read a tweet or a post on X from Kamala Harris because she's calling Donald Trump using words such as Hitler to describe him. And she said yesterday, Donald Trump is out for unchecked power. He wants a military like Adolf Hitler had, who will be loyal to him, not our Constitution. He is unhinged, unstable, and given a second term, there would be no one to stop him from pursuing his worst impulses. Do you believe that is true, or do you think that's a lot of fear-mongering?
I don't believe all that. I don't think he could take it that far, and what he did in the past, I don't think it's going to be the same. Like, I don't think it was ever leading that way.
Mm-hmm. And when you hear that rhetoric from somebody that is running for president, does that make you trust your candidate that you say you'll be voting for when she uses terms?
I'm not positive completely yet, but I mean, Trump was in office, and it seems like he could have did better for the people, and that's what she's been promising, that she's going to try and do something for the people.
Yeah. And do you think she has been in office for the past 4 years with Joe Biden, and we get this a lot when people say she'll do more for the people. Do you think she should have done more while she was in the office, or as she currently is right now with Joe Biden?
I mean, I don't think the country changes too much from president to president, so I don't think there's not too much they can do.
Oh, okay, interesting. And what is one thing that has changed from Donald Trump's presidency to Joe Biden's presidency?
Well, I think they both did a good job. I mean, they do what they can, and I think it's just good to have diversity, to switch it up constantly, because one person.
And what do you think about the border here inside the United States? We know that's a big issue.
I mean, you're always going to have people sneaking in. There's just always going to be someone to find a way. I mean, there's nothing you can really. You can try and stop them, but there's going to be nothing you can do about it.
Oh, okay. And if they had to stop him, how would they stop him?
I mean, they've gone as having submarines, I heard, and stuff like that, made submarines to actually get people and stuff into the country. I mean, it's literally like almost impossible to stop human nature. Like,
oh, okay. And do you work at McDonald's?
Yep.
What did you think about when Donald Trump came to McDonald's?
I heard that was pretty. I thought that was pretty cool, just to see him come down here and say.
Wasn't that here in Lancaster, or where was that at? Somewhere in Pennsylvania.
It was here in Lancaster somewhere, but it wasn't at mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What did all the other McDonald employees think about that when Donald Trump came through?
I mean, I haven't heard. My friend talked about it, but we haven't talked about it at McDonald's much.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, sir. Have a great rest of your day.
Too.
Have a good one. Let's see, this lady's praying for this man. We're going to talk to her after. Get some good words of this Holy Spirit right there. We'll go talk to her. Let's talk to this guy right here. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
You having a good day?
Yeah.
Awesome. Me as well. It's a beautiful day out here in Lancaster. We go all around the country talking to people, especially with this election going on. Who do you think's going to win in Pennsylvania, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Well, I would like to see Kamala Harris win.
Really? What makes you so excited about potentially seeing Kamala Harris as president?
What makes me think
Yeah, what makes you excited about her being a president?
is something different. We know what Donald Trump is capable of. He's a criminal. I don't want to elect a criminal to be my president. So, and I would like to see a woman president in my lifetime.
Okay, we get that a lot as we talk to people. They say we'd love
Why
to see
not?
a woman.
Every other nation that's had a woman.
Yeah, and do you think I mean, a woman president would be good, but do you think Kamala Harris is would be the best
Actually,
female
I thought,
president?
Clinton was the best choice to ever be president, but of course, she didn't win.
Have you always voted for Democrats? Are you always a blue no matter who kind of guy?
No, I'm undecided until, the actual voting day.
Okay. This lady right here, her name is Brooker T. Jones, and she's a avid Trump supporter. And is there anything she could potentially say to you that would get you to vote for Donald Trump, or potentially change your mind as an undecided voter?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that happened the last couple of days. Russia and Ukraine are at war. Now North Korea is stepping in to help Russia, sending troops there so that they can all attack Ukraine. Remember when World War II started, how everyone started getting into the mix? Well, now everyone is starting to get into the mix. I'm a little bit afraid of a World War III happening, as we also have what's going on in Israel and Iran and the Palestinian area over there, Gaza. I think, in my own opinion, that we need a strong leader in America, not just because she's a girl, not just to give her a fair chance, not because she's a black woman. We need someone that is strong for America. Who do you, if you were to look at some policies, some leader, think about what it was like 4 years ago versus what it's been the last 4 years, I honestly think Trump will protect us. I think he's in it for us.
What's the point?
What's the point?
He's a felon. He's a criminal. I cannot be comfortable with our Constitution voting a criminal as our president. It's nothing you could say could change that. And that's what everybody's forgetting. And he didn't do nothing the first time he was president anyway, so...
What if he wins on appeal and he just shows that everyone he's not a convicted felon?
If he's the president, then he's the president. I mean, I'm not going to leave the country, but
he's also charged with all these crimes because the Democratic Party has went after him. Even Joe Biden said just 2 days ago.
He says he lost the election. Trump is in a fantasy world, and he needs to keep his fantasy world down in Mar-a-Lago with the rest of his idiotic thinking.
Did you see Joe Biden said yesterday we need to lock him up, referring to put Donald Trump in jail?
And actually, if I was running the Democratic campaign, I would have Hillary Clinton sit with a sign at every convention, lock him up, because that was so distasteful for him to degrade a first lady like that. Oh, y'all forget that, don't you?
No, I don't forget that.
I never will forget that. To have a Congress lady, a first lady, a first governor lady. I mean, this woman has had more credentials than anybody who's ever run
There's also
for
been
president.
more people that have died that have been affiliated with the Clintons than anybody else in America.
You know what the saddest part is?
I don't know if that's true, but there are a lot.
Y'all better cut this off. That those two assassins missed their mark. We would have had I would have danced in the street, but yeah.
Okay.
Really? You would have danced in the streets if Donald Trump got assassinated?
If he would have got a bullet in his head, yes, I would have.
Sounds like you're
Really? That sounds somewhat criminal yourself.
Hey, I mean, it's a reason for it, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's just bad governmentship. But no, Donald Trump, I could never see it. I could not see America with him in charge.
So you'd rather see Donald Trump take a bullet in the head than see him get put in the office again?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm going to get locked up.
oh, maybe.
You're
You're all
Have a
good.
great day. Have a great day.
All right, here we go. Ma'am, how are you doing? Did you overhear what we were just talking about?
I did overhear some of it, yeah.
Oh, great. And he said he would like to see a bullet go through Donald Trump's head. Would you like to see a bullet go through Donald Trump's head?
No, I would not. No, that's a little sad.
Yeah, it's a little sad, right?
Yeah.
And who are you? Who are you going to be voting for?
I'm definitely voting for Trump. I'm a little uneducated. This is my first year voting ever, and I'm 30 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
And with what you have seen here in America these past 4 years, since you've never voted before,
Right.
would you say that's kind of what has motivated you to vote because of what you've seen?
Yes, because I remember how things were when Trump was in the office, and then how things are now. And if we could get back to that, I think that would be pretty cool.
And here, when you talk to your friends here in the Lancaster area, here in Pennsylvania, do you think we're going to see Donald Trump win the state of Pennsylvania? Because it is the most important swing state as it holds 19 electoral votes.
Really? I hope so. I will say I see a lot of Kamala signs around, more than I see Trump signs around, which I wonder about. But I truly think he'll pull through. I think Trump supporters don't need to put it out there for everyone. We just know who we're voting for. We don't need a sign.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
I like that. And we have been in Pennsylvania for 2 days now, and I will say everything on my phone, every ad on YouTube, it's either a Kamala ad or a Trump ad, and on the news app, as we've been watching it, there's a lot of Kamala ads. So do you think Kamala is doing a good job as far as getting her messaging out here inside Pennsylvania?
I've heard a lot of the commercials.
Lots of billboards too.
Yeah, I feel like at the end how it's paid for by Kamala Harris, I feel like she should save her money and just stop with the advertising. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think she's doing that good of a job.
She's
No.
also raised over nearly $1 billion.
Okay.
And for somebody that's so for the middle class, $1 billion could go a long way in a lot of other things, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It seems like if you go to her campaign, the first thing it is just donate, donate, donate. And it's kind of odd that she just keeps pandering for money, asking for money. Donald Trump also is asking for money, and saw one of his ads say, I would love for you to donate, but if you can't, I understand, because Joe Biden's ruined the country. It's a pretty funny ad. But it's just interesting what's going on here in America. And what do you think happens here in Pennsylvania, regardless of whether you not want Donald Trump to win or Kamala Harris to win? Who do you think will win the election overall?
Trump.
Thank you very much for your time, ma'am. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Awesome. Do you know where the Amish are at here? Do they come around here inside this square, or do we have to go over to the city of Intercourse?
Intercourse, they definitely be frolicking more around. If you get lucky, you will see a buggy come through. But the market's closed today, so on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, they will be in the market. But you might need to go over to Willow Street, Lampeter, or you don't have to go as far as the town you said, but Center City, not as common.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, ma'am. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Chat, should we go check out Amish today while we are here? Should we go hang out with them for a sec? Let's go ask these people. They're praying. I want to see what they got to say. They are. What's up, Rooker T? Who do you want me to talk to?
Maybe people here.
Well, I want to talk to the people praying. How you guys doing? Hello, hello. Let's talk to these folks right here. How are you guys doing? Beautiful day out here in Lancaster. We're going all across the country trying to talk to people like yourself about who they think is going to win here in the state of Pennsylvania as far as the election goes.
Well, we hope Trump will.
We just talked to a man over there, and he said he wishes the two assassination attempts would have gone through.
That's sad. That's sad. Life is precious. I don't care. Politics is far less than life. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's pretty kind of shows a lot about the character of an individual if they wish death upon anybody, right?
Absolutely, but Jesus loves everybody, so that's how we're to live.
I like that.
Like he does, like he did.
Yeah, Did you listen to any of the town hall of Kamala Harris last night on CNN? Or did you see anything?
No.
Yesterday, she was asked what was one of her mistakes, and she said, "Well, raising a child, you have lots of mistakes." Come to find out, Kamala Harris never actually had a child.
No, I don't know anything about that at all.
So it's a little interesting. Her response on CNN last night, her town hall, everyone's saying it was pretty bad.
Well, I think she's got some character flaws, but I don't know that Trump doesn't either. But at the same time, if I had to choose one or the other, it's obviously Donald Trump for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Any last messages you got for anybody watching this video right now? You're live.
Jesus loves you, buddy.
Awesome. Hey, we love that message. Jesus loves every.
Let me get that.
There we go.
Let's get that right.
Have a good one. Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Should we talk to these folks right here? Looks like they're working on something. Let's talk to this man right here. How you doing, sir? Having a splendid day?
Late for my bus.
Oh, he's late for the bus. Okay, well, keep going. Keep going. Actually, a lot of people down here in Lancaster. Lancaster is one of the most important cities here in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of people here. I believe it's probably the third or fourth biggest city here in Pennsylvania. We got Pittsburgh tomorrow we're going to. A lot of just prayer going on over here. We love it. Let's see if we can talk to. How are you guys doing? Hello? Let's see if they give me a sec. How are you? Hello, how are you? We're live right now. We see you guys are promoting a good message out here, praying for a lot of these people. What do you got what's your prayer for the nation right now as we have this big upcoming election going on?
What is our what now?
What's your hopes for America as we have all this going on here with the election? What's your desires?
My desires? Election integrity. Candidate wins the election that wants to secure our borders, bring our economy into alignment with health for our nation, security for the people, pro-Israel, pro-life, pro law enforcement, pro-military.
Yeah, so it sounds like you'll be voting for Donald Trump.
Definitely Donald. Definitely. He most aligns with the heart of God, I think, for the nation.
And you guys are Christians, correct?
I am.
Okay. And the other day at one of the rallies, a young man yelled, "Jesus is Lord," in the rally of Kamala Harris, and she said, "You're at the wrong rally." Do you think she lost a lot of the Christian vote just by saying that?
I hope she lost a lot of the Christian vote. If anybody was really saying, I'm a Christian and I'm voting for Kamala, I hope that was... I don't know that would be enough to wake up somebody, or have their eyes opened, but it was very telling. I think to a lot of people it really drew a line in the sand.
Yeah. And over these past few months, as this election has been going on, what has been the number one thing that has made you want to vote for Donald Trump, or something you've seen from Kamala Harris that's been like, okay, there's no way I could vote for her?
His regard for God and her disregard for God.
Awesome.
Bottom line.
Thank you guys very much. Anything you'd like to say, sir?
Where is this going to be?
On Nick Shirley on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah, people are loving you, man. People are saying amen in the chat. Look at them. Look at that.
Wow,
They're
yeah, I see.
They're talking.
Live chat.
God is King. Jesus is Lord.
He is Lord and He is
God
King.
bless the lady. That's what they're saying. They're saying, God bless you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Awesome. Have a great rest of your day. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. I'm Jeremy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jeremy.
I've been watching your show for weeks, man. Oh, and that's my girlfriend, Morgan.
Wow, look at that. Nice to meet you guys. It looks like you can come on here. Donald, what's your shirt say?
Donald Pump.
Donald Pump.
The reason why it says, I'm a first-time voter. I'm voting for Donald Trump. And the reason why I'm voting for him, I didn't really get into politics until I started studying Bitcoin, and he was the more pro-Bitcoin friendly, because if you look through the Biden-Harris administration, they were very anti-crypto. Think about Elizabeth Warren, etc. So once I got more into politics, there's three things that I care about: the economy, immigration, and world peace, and of course, Bitcoin. During 2016 to 2020, the economy was better under Trump. There wasn't no major wars. Okay, we have Ukraine, Russia, we have Palestine and Israel. There's little attacks here and there that happen under presidency, but not any attacks to where we were sending billions and billions of dollars overseas. Just think about immigration. Did you see what came out today? How we spent $150 billion just in 2023. And you're going to see, Lancaster City, it's more Democratic around here. You got a lot of Harris Waltz voters. But if you go out to outside into the suburban areas, more Donald Trump. But honestly, I think Lancaster, Pennsylvania, even Pennsylvania itself is going to win. Trump's going to win this. And honestly, we need it. Our cities, if you walk down here by the library, There's so many homeless people, so many homeless people. But if you look at houses around the city, you got illegal migrants filling it up. Like even my friend, she's a young woman, she works a full-time job, she don't get benefits, and she had 5 kids. Her landlord sold the house. Now, when you go by her house, there's 15 illegal immigrants living there. Like, come on now. Yeah, like, dude, seriously, like, we need to do something. You know, I'm cool for legal immigration, but at a moderate pace. Because if you allow millions and millions and millions, just ask the Indians what happened to them. You know what I mean? Like, we can't afford that. And, like, a lot of people around here, man, it's just, when people have Trump derangement syndrome or they're just anti-Trump, there's not really much you can talk to them about.
A lot of people have it.
And even people with the abortion stuff, like, nowhere in Pennsylvania can you not get an abortion. What Donald Trump did is he left it up to the states. So if you can't get an abortion in your state, it's not because of Donald Trump. It's because of the people who voted and the elected officials that set these laws. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all that other different just rhetoric, like, think about it. They're calling him Hitler now. Are you kidding me? We had 4 years of Trump. None of that stuff happened. You know what I mean? And who cares if he's strong with world leaders? And who cares if he's friends with Putin or Xi Jinping from China? He kept peace here. We didn't have hundreds and billions of dollars going overseas. So, like, I'm tired of hearing that stuff from people.
Yesterday, I want to show you a tweet Kamala Harris said. Because I think you're speaking a lot of truth. And when you talk about
Even John Kelly, when she said John Kelly came out and said Trump said this about, just research John Kelly's tenure in the White House. Even when Trump made him chief of staff in the White House, people hated him. Mad different staff were talking about, it's a easy Wikipedia search. Type in John Kelly on Wikipedia, go down to the White, even look at the border. This was the same guy that said we should split mother from children to keep people from coming over the border. That's John Kelly, you know what I mean? And if you look throughout his tenure at the White House, you know what I mean, you'll see now why he's saying these things. Even Wikipedia reported it. Like, just like none of the White House staff liked him. He was becoming an issue. He wasn't bringing any order in. And Donald Trump fired his ass. You know what I mean? And then 3 years later, he wants to come out and talk about how he's Hitler. I'm sorry, I'm confused. Go ahead.
Stay right here. But I want to share with you this tweet
please.
that Kamala Harris, because she's talking to Booker T. Jones, this lady. She came over here. But yesterday, Kamala Harris put on Kamala headquarters, Trump would have an enemy list. I will have a to-do list.
What to-do list? She hasn't gave any policy. Just watch the CNN town hall. She's even losing CNN. Anytime anyone asks her a specific question, she blames it on Donald Trump, or she just completely veers away. Like, somebody asked her from Pennsylvania, he was a registered Republican. He asked her, "Do you how much money do you plan on spending on illegal immigrants, and what resources and how long of resources would they continue to get?" And she didn't answer any of them questions in detail. Like, how can we have somebody like that in commander-in-chief? You know what I'm saying? Like, and all these people want to say bad stuff about Trump. He's a racist. I haven't seen one video. And they said that the military, he's against the military and veterans. It's somebody who he had a problem with in his staff who comes out and say how many girlfriends or boyfriends get in a relationship, they break up, and they make up lies about each other just because they had a bad relationship. You know what I mean?
That's a great point right there. It's a great point right there. And Kamala Harris, I thought it was a little offensive when she said in the debate that there's actually nobody in active war zones right now, and then you see all the videos come out on X, on TikTok.
On X,
and
just
they're
after.
and they're like, well, where the F are we?
I know, dude. I've seen that too. I had to freaking laugh at. That's why I love you guys, man. That's why I support this channel, because you guys get out there, you talk to people, and even some people, you know, that weren't really decided, and you start talking. Oh, sorry. You start talking to them about immigration and all that different things, and a lot of people are uneducated. You got to get out there and educate yourself. Watch independent journalists. I even want people to go out and research both sides, get both opinions, so then you can come up with your own fact. Most people just get one media source, you know what I mean? I wonder if they're fair.
I don't know. She's kind of going after Booker T.
Your mom should be talking to everybody.
Yeah, dude. Well, this lady looks like she's going after Booker T. She looks like she's holding her composure. Anything else you guys would like to say before we head over there?
No, I would love to get a picture of you.
All right, let's do it. Let's get it. Have cameraman Nate.
Oh.
Yeah, your phone? You want to get in the photo as well?
Yes, please.
Let's do it.
We love the work
You did.
Yeah, thank you. Is there any message you'd like to give to the women that are undecided about what's going on here in America as far as the...
Well, my whole thing is, what has Kamala Harris actually really done for women? For me, it's nothing. Her main issue to go on is abortion, but like he said, Donald Trump has left it up to the state, and my values, I feel like, align more with the right. I'm all for a woman president someday, but Kamala Harris is not it. I don't align with any of her values. We don't get any direct answers from her. It's always just word salad, and I just can't get behind that.
Well said, well said. All right, let's get this photo. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
So
we
much,
appreciate it.
man.
Thank you guys.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you guys as well.
How'd you
Awesome.
get
We loved
into
it.
the El Salvador video?
Oh,
Dude, that was a good one.
everybody wants to know. All right, let's see if we got to come to Booker T's defense right here. Hey, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, thank you. Let's see.
Well, that was all appealed, not by 50 different states and multiple different countries.
How are you doing, ma'am?
Fine, but I don't want to be on camera.
Well, I just want to see what's going on. I heard you over talking to my mother, Booker T. Jones.
This is your mother?
Yeah, this is my mother.
I was saying some of the stuff that you're saying is a little misleading. At no point in time did Kamala Harris ever condemn Christianity or condemn the protesters that were at her rally the other day. What she condemned was them yelling out, "Liar, liar, you're a liar," and holding up the crucifix to her face as if she were the pure devil incarnate. She wasn't, and so to take that moment, which actually did happen, they were there for all the right purposes. They were there to be, the voice and to spread the message. But that is not what she condemned. If they would have been there just being...
Did you see the video of them getting escorted out as soon as they said that?
No, I watch live. I watch everything live. I don't wait for the snippets of news reports to get put together. I don't wait for you to have a whole interview with a gentleman and then wait till he says, I would have rather the assassinations go through, and then promote that to everybody else as if it was...
Well, we were just asking the lady follow-up question. It's kind of how it works. You kind of follow up, keep the flow going.
Right. Now, you did hear me say I didn't want to be on camera, though, right, sir?
Okay, go head out.
No, only because he stayed there.
Alrighty.
But I'm just saying...
But if you can't be on camera, we can only talk to people while we're live right now.
But yeah, just saying that...
How you doing, ma'am? Thank you very much.
My name's Stephanie.
Great to meet you, Stephanie. And if this lady just came out here out of nowhere, going after my mother, Booker T. Jones, what's going on over here?
She's saying that you're being misleading, basically.
Are we being misleading?
No, definitely not. Trump, he's been doing great. I think I'm nervous. I don't do this here, but the cost of living, immigration, everything you've been covering, like. It's true. I've seen your videos when you were there, and it's crazy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. And I thought it was a little strange this lady came out and just attacked Booker T. Jones.
She told me something about, she works at the college around here, and she told me, what's in your college bathrooms?
Tampons.
In the boys' bathroom.
In the boys' bathroom. Yeah.
Really, you work in the college here, and in the boys' bathrooms there are tampons.
Yeah. Definitely, it's an art college, so it's a liberal.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
And do you think it's fair when Donald Trump calls Tim Walz Tampon Tim?
I mean, I agree with that. That's who he is. I mean, and I think he's weird. He's weird, not Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think I was listening to something and it's like, okay, you may not like Donald Trump, and you may not like Kamala Harris, but you need to like and look at who's behind those people.
Yeah.
For VP, you'd have Tim Walz on the side of Kamala Harris. I don't even know who else you would have on her side.
Mm-mm.
But then on Donald Trump's side, you'd have J.D. Vance, you'd have Elon Musk, you'd have Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
You'd have a lot of people that have done a lot of great things. And you'd have Mark Cuban if you were on the side of Kamala Harris.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And he's like, so...
And he has no, why are you voting for her? Like, why are you promoting her?
Yeah, I used to
feel
love
like
Mark
they're
Cuban.
getting paid or something? Like, what is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to love Mark Cuban, and then he just starts coming after all this stuff, and it's a little strange.
I thought he was smart at first. But maybe he's not.
Yeah, maybe they got some blackmail, who knows?
Yeah. And then, Usher and Lizzo now with Kamala, and I feel like they're just all getting paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we do know that she has raised nearly $1 billion.
Yeah.
And here in Donald Trump, I'm sure he's also raised nearly $1 billion as well with the support that he gets. And
yeah, J.D. Vance is coming this Saturday over here to Lancaster. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, well, thank you so much for your time, ma'am.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, too. And let's keep moving on. Cameraman Nate, let's go. We got work to do. Nate doesn't understand. He can't be talking and having these large discussions. Yesterday, Nate just went off the camera for 30 minutes to go talk to a lady who had already voted. And it's interesting. All right, here we go. Oh, you guys again. How you doing? Let's see. I think these people are praying for people. How you doing, sir? Are you going to be voting this year? Rickerty, come on. You got to explain what just happened. That lady just came out of nowhere.
That lady was watching
And she was
on...
just attacking you.
Well,
it looked like you were just like stone cold.
No. She was watching on live. She came down because she wanted to talk about the man right there who did say that he did wish that the 2 assassination attempts did really occur, but she was saying that we are kind of spreading false information about that narrative. And also she was defending Kamala Harris because she does believe in her. And so, yeah, that's why she came down, because she wanted to talk about her viewpoints, but she didn't want to speak on camera and show her viewpoints, but she wanted to tell us
So
that
she's
what
defending a man that would
what-
have wished Donald Trump to get shot 2 times.
Yeah, and he said it. We didn't make it up. So, but, you know, she has her points, she has her views, and
Now she's running around here on this block.
yeah.
She's telling everybody, let's get out of here. All right, we're moving down the street. Here we go. How you doing, sir? We love the Jurassic Park shirt. How you doing?
Good.
Great. Do you live here in Lancaster?
No.
Oh, do you live here?
I'm from Jersey. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you live here in the state of Pennsylvania now?
Not really. I'm visiting.
Oh, who are you
family.
gonna? Okay, who are you gonna be voting for?
I really don't know actually.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you an undecided voter at this point?
Cause the 2 are basically liars and stuff.
Oh, say that again.
The 2 are liars and, well, not liars, but, you know, I really don't know them.
Oh, okay.
really- yeah.
Well, you should do some research.
Alright.
Have a good one. How you doing, ma'am? How are you guys doing? You guys having a great day? It's a beautiful day out here in Lancaster. You guys family, friends? Oh. No, no creo que hablan. ¿Hablan inglés?
Español.
Español solo. ¿De dónde son? ¿O dónde eres?
Dominica, República.
Oh, ¿cuánto tiempo lleva aquí? How long have you been here for?
8 años.
8 años. Bueno, que tengan un excelente día. Have a great day. Hasta luego.
Bye.
Goodbye. All right, let's move over here. Maybe let's cross the street. No, let's just keep going over here. Let's talk to these folks. It's been an interesting stream so far. A lot of crazy stuff going on in this small town. How are you guys doing? You guys have a quick moment?
No, thank you.
Oh, okay, no worries. Have a good one. Let's talk to these guys over here. Look like the local legends of Lancaster. Speak with them. How are you guys doing? Having a good day? Awesome. We're live right now. We're just talking to people here inside the city of Lancaster. With it, Pennsylvania being the most critical swing state out of all the swing states here in America with 19 electoral votes. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris have visited the state over 50 times these past few months, and they have spent over $500 million in advertisement inside the state. Who will you guys be voting for?
I'm voting for Trump. I'm a Trump voter.
And you?
Kamala Harris.
Okay, this is a great time for us to have a good little discussion. So he's voting for Kamala Harris. You're voting for Donald Trump.
Man, Donald Trump gave me some money a couple years ago. He gave me a lot, too. A lot of money. He did.
Yeah.
So
outside of the stimulus checks, are you referring to how good the economy was?
Yeah, the economy was fucked up. But he looked out.
Uh-huh.
He looked out heavily.
And what makes you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
Trump's a snake. Trump's a rattlesnake. He can't be trusted. Everybody around him all said it. Trump worry about Trump. You worry about Trump, I'm worried about me. Kamala, that's it.
Okay. Do you think Kamala Harris has somewhat turned against the American people as she has let in over 11 million illegal immigrants?
No.
10 million, 12 million, 20 million potentially illegal immigrants into the United States?
Well, Trump said he was going to make Mexico pay for the border wall. We never received no penny from Mexico yet.
But we're talking. Yeah, he did say that. But we're talking about the migrants that came in these past 4 years. We know that they're bringing them here into the swing state of Pennsylvania as well. We know small towns like Charleroi have received over 2,000 Haitian migrants inside a city of 4,000. And do you think that is concerning if you live in America and all of a sudden you get 2,000 migrants from across the world dropped in your neighborhood that don't even speak the language?
I don't think that's cool at all.
What would you do if you had a 4-bedroom house and all of a sudden 2 of those bedrooms get taken over by people that just walk into your house?
Walk in your house ain't. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. They ain't doing that. No, they ain't doing that in my house either.
I'm not worried about that.
But so why do you think they do that to America?
You know what worries me?
why after President Trump left office, he got 9 phone calls with Putin. What do you still hold personal relations with one of our nemesis of the world?
I've never heard about that.
Yeah, they got 9 phone calls. 9 phone calls. Trump's a snake, man. He convicted. He's a convicted felon right now.
Yeah.
He's a convicted felon.
He's convicted. Whoa, what was
If
that?
if one person say something, maybe 2 people say something, he got trouble all around the world. He got bigger problems. He's not fighting for president. He's fighting to stay out of jail. If he gets sentenced, he going to jail. That's why the judge put that one case on hold for
And
sentencing.
he would have never ran for president again. They would have never brought those charges up against him.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
So doesn't that show you a little bit about the
cut your
agenda,
losses sometimes. There's been many
the
times.
plan of that party? Letitia James, the Attorney General in New York City, in New York, I even met her once at a parade, and the people on the outside of the parade were like, "Oh, we love Letitia James. She's just gonna get Trump locked up," and everybody went crazy for Letitia James. And now, so it's kind of interesting what's going on. Is there anything he could tell you, or you could tell him to convince them to vote for Trump? Yeah, and what do you think about all the illegal immigrants that Kamala Harris has let in? And it just came out that over 600 individuals that are confirmed members of gangs of Venezuela from Trinidad and Tobago are here inside the United States.
Mm.
And
Wow.
Wow. And they didn't even stop them.
Wow.
And,
Hey, man, I don't really care. The presidents, all the presidency, they don't do. Where you going, Josh? They don't even do nothing anyway, man.
Yeah.
The president ain't even worth shit right now. Neither one of them. Kamala Harris and Trump.
And do you think the state of Pennsylvania who do you think wins the state of Pennsylvania?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. I don't know.
Right now on Poly Market, they have it as Donald Trump's got a 57% chance of winning.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
All right, man.
Awesome. Hey, appreciate you. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good day, y'all.
And I just want to remind everybody here in the chat, if you go to the pinned comment above, it is Poly Market. You go ahead, download it. It's completely free, and you can get like up-to-date predictions as to who people think is going to be winning the election. So far, we got a great stream going on right here. A lot of interesting questions from everybody. Let's go talk to this family over here. They look like a good family. How are you guys doing? Let's see. How are you guys doing? Doing good? We're live right now. We're just talking to people here in Lancaster. Could we ask you guys a few questions? Would you guys mind? We travel all across the country. We go to all the major points here in America.
What is it about?
Yeah, we're asking people what they think is going to happen as far as the state of Pennsylvania goes with the election. Do you guys think who do you guys think is going to win?
We're from Canada, so we don't know much about elections.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Didn't Trump go to McDonald's recently?
Yeah, Trump did go to McDonald's recently.
Yeah, I saw the memes.
Those are pretty good memes. Yeah. Awesome. Have a good one. Let's see. How are you guys doing? Are you guys from this great state of Pennsylvania?
No.
Oh, where are you guys from?
It's a commonwealth.
What's that mean?
The great state. They always say the great commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay, but so you guys are from Pennsylvania?
I'm not. I'm from New York.
Oh, okay, do you live here in Pennsylvania now?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here for a convention.
Oh, very cool, very cool. And
This is my good side, so.
oh, okay. You're a beautiful lady, ma'am. People, you both are excellent looking ladies. I'm from the West Coast.
Oh, where?
Yeah. I grew up a little bit in Utah and in Seattle.
Oh.
Yep. So
Nice,
a little bit in
nice.
both. And with the election coming up here inside the United States, we go all across the country. We've been to all the 7 swing states, and we're here in Lancaster today, just kind of getting a feel for who people think is going to be winning the election. Who do you guys think wins the election?
Well, you know how to tell. You have to go to that famous cookie place near Philadelphia and see who's selling more cookies. You know, I'm sure it's going to be Trump. It's just how much can they... so many Democrats and independents might hate the mean tweets, but love his policies. And everyone knows the border was safe. Where are those 300,000 children? Yeah. Kamala! Where are they? Where's the borders are? Why hasn't she done anything that she professes to do the next 4 years? Why hasn't she done any of that the last 3 years? And the most important question I would ask Kamala Harris, if I had the opportunity, is like, when did you first understand or believe or think that our president had maybe dementia or whatever. Like, so who's running our country? We're sick of it. We're all sick of it. And it's not just the die-hard right-wing Republicans. It's not just the MAGA people. It's just regular people who see that, you know, a dozen eggs is $7. You know, now they've emptied out the gas reserve, so our gasoline went down 20 cents. Big deal. We have no
We have
reserve.
nothing to fall back on.
Yeah.
Nothing, ammunition. I mean, giving it to Ukraine is lining their pockets. Come on now. Can't possibly win that war. Russia is this big.
Yeah, now they got North Korea with them.
Yeah, I know. The BRICS nations, the dollar is going down, and I'm just a lowly makeup artist. Like, I don't even understand this stuff. I don't own any Bitcoin.
You're
Darn.
a smart, lonely makeup artist.
I haven't thrown logic out, and most importantly, I do not succumb to the fear factor. You could call me a bigot, whatever, as much as you want. I don't care. I'm like, where's your logic?
Yeah. That's the biggest thing is I go around talking to a lot of people. I'll say a lot of logic and like common sense is spoken from people like you, and when I speak to somebody that is typically voting for Kamala, a lot of it feels like it's more emotion. They want first female president. They say he's a threat to democracy.
Well, do you know what? As Donald Trump said at the fun dinner last week to the New York State Senator, your party is so woke, you still could have a chance, Chuck E. Cheese Schumer, at being the first female president, which I thought was hysterical. It was really in good
Kamala
humor.
Harris didn't attend that dinner. And the last time that President Trump didn't win that dinner, I believe it was Ronald Reagan, he won. There was only one state he didn't win, and that was Wisconsin.
Wow. Well, you know what? She couldn't attend it. And, first of all, she's not very good off script. Now, Trump is always off script for 2 hours. Kamala off script for 1 minute, and she falls into her memorized rhetoric. You know, I understand. She couldn't afford to go to the dinner. And, like, all they had to do was ask, this was the Catholic big muckety-muck, and I'm not Catholic, but their stance on abortion, she couldn't save face and go to the dinner.
Yeah, isn't it strange that it seems like she's trying to save face so many times? For instance, she'll talk about, other day she talked about how someone said Jesus is Lord inside the rally. She said, you're at the wrong rally. The next day she goes have a birthday party at a Baptist church. And so it's like every week something is changing in her policy, whether it be...
Come a chameleon. She comes and goes, right? So who is she? And who has she been the last 3.5 years?
Yeah.
Quiet.
Very quiet.
She was the least popular vice president of all time at one point. She had like a 26%
No.
approval rating.
Spiro Agnew.
Agnew. I don't know who that is. But
how undemocratic. If I was a Democrat electorate, if I was, the people who vote in, she had no votes. It was such a coup. Like, doesn't that offend your sense of democracy? Come on.
Yeah, then they say Donald Trump's a threat to democracy.
Yeah, right. That's all right. It's called projection. Yeah,
Yeah, and one thing I want to talk about, how you were talking about when did she know that Joe Biden's mental health was becoming diminished? And because she was saying when he was running for president that everything was fine.
That everything was fine.
And now,
he's amazing. That he's so.
Yeah, and today she even says he's still capable.
Yeah.
But and she also says there's nothing she would have changed with the presidency of Joe Biden. And now she's saying just a few days ago, well, my presidency will not be a continuation of the Biden administration. So it's like
she wouldn't change anything. It's elder abuse. Where is Jill and Joe now? They should be. It's really elder abuse. It's been horrible. And even with, some people say there's like a couple of Joe Bidens there, like it's interesting because I'm a makeup artist and I look at the shape of his ears and the crinkly neck and I'm like, wow, that's special effects, man.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen it between two people. Like one is just so different. But
Did you
that's
see the
all
town
right.
hall yesterday of Kamala Harris by chance?
I did not.
It was interesting. My cameraman Nate pointed out when we were watching inside the hotel room. One side of her ear, I don't want to spread any rumors or cause any speculation, but one side of her head was hairsprayed so tight that her hair never moved and you could never see her ear. Her other ear was wide open.
Well, you know why. She had an earpiece, just in case she couldn't come up with a sharp answer, just in case she was asked an ad-lib question that was not in the memorized script. She had to have that. You know, that's what...
Oh, makeup effect artist, you say? Makeup?
I'm Lorraine Makeup.
Okay,
I do
great.
makeup, and that's what I do. I spray people's hair down.
Awesome. Hey, well, thank you guys so much for your time. We appreciate it. Any last words you guys like to say to the people? You got about 4,000 people watching you right now. Anything else you'd like to say?
Jesus is the only hope, but Donald Trump is the second best.
No, he's far away from the Savior that died for us. Mr. Trump says he's going to get back at his enemies, people who didn't agree with him, all the people that don't agree with him. I don't particularly care for him, although he's entertaining. She is not entertaining, but she is not him.
Yeah, but retribution is not part of his personality.
But I've
really,
heard him
look
say
at his
that.
history. He says a lot of crap.
And he also does do a lot more. He does talk a lot more than Kamala Harris. He does a lot more appearances on the news, a lot more podcasts.
Because he talks 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, so at least one of those 20 hours on a percentage rate, I give him a pass on that.
Well,
his policies are brilliant.
It's good that you're so enthusiastic. I'm not enthusiastic really toward either one.
And will you be voting for a candidate this year?
I think that I'm going to be voting for Kamala Harris, but it's not that I'm for her. I just don't want Mr. Trump to come in again.
Okay. Well, it looks like you guys can have a great discussion about this.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it is wonderful.
What we're missing is the ability to agree to disagree with respect and kindness.
Yeah.
And
we can.
Oh, we can, yeah. How sweet. How
Awesome.
lovely.
We love to
Thank
see it.
you.
We love to see it.
The chat loves
You guys are just great.
They love you
You guys are great. Have a great one. Let's move over here. We still got this lady following Booker T. Jones right now. It's a little strange. She's been following her for about, I don't even know how long at this point, but she's been following her for a while. How you doing, sir? In the blue. You got a nice big old ring on you. Alrighty. Great ladies over there. Let's go. Let's go. W's in the chat right now. What are some of the questions you guys want me to start asking some of these people? Let's see. Everybody. Nick breaking friendships. No, they said they're still friends at the end of the conversation. They said they were still friends, everybody. No worries. All right, let's head over here to the library. Booker T. Jones, that lady is just following you everywhere.
I know.
You're going to say, what's up? You're following me like a fly follows poop.
She's very, very nice. She's very nice. She's very passionate about what she believes in. And she's a very nice lady. And she respects what we're doing. So one thing I do want to say about the state, though, is that they have spent both candidates combined have spent over $500 million in ads. And they have visited, both of them combined have visited this state over 50 times.
Yep. Good old facts from Booker T. All right, there's a lot of people down here in Lancaster. It's a booming place. Let's talk to this lady. She got the Steelers hat on. How you doing, ma'am? You having a great day? Really quick, can we talk to you really quick? Just a quick second. We see the hat. We're live. We're just talking to people here in the streets of Lancaster, and we see this beautiful hat you got on, the terrible towel, right?
I just like the color.
You just like the color? Okay. And who are you going to be voting for?
Voting?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. One body. I'm for Jesus, so whoever is for Jesus, I vote for him.
Okay. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, bro. I don't have time.
Okay, no time? All right, we'll move up here for a sec. There's actually a lot of people move inside the city of Lancaster. It's a cool little town. Nice little town here. All right, let's move up here. We got some people here on the corner. We're heading up to the library. How are you guys doing? How you doing, man? Are you going to be voting this year? No? Oh, okay. We just want to talk to people that are voting. Let's talk to this lady right here. How you doing? You have a quick second?
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
Awesome. Looking great out here today.
Thanks.
We love the
appreciate you.
bandana.
Thank you.
And we love the glasses as well.
Thank
We
you.
go all across the country. We talk to people about who they're going to be voting for and who they think is going to be the best person to become president come November 5th. You yourself, who do you think will be best?
I will be voting for Kamala.
Okay.
Yes.
And what makes you want to vote for Kamala Harris?
So I work in abortion care. I work in an abortion clinic and I manage them throughout PA. So I think it's super important that women have access to health care. And that's something that I'm an advocate for.
What is the rule or the law here in Pennsylvania with abortion?
Yeah, absolutely. So with abortion, you can have an abortion in PA up to 14 weeks unsedated. Anything after that, you have to have sedation. You do have to go through like a state bypass, so you have to have permission, watch video 24 hours before you can, and then make sure that your doctor is okay with it.
Okay, so people are. Is there a certain date when people can't get an abortion? Like, say someone wanted to get it at like 9 months, for instance, would they be able to still have the abortion?
No, not in PA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And do you think what Donald Trump did with Roe v. Wade, putting it in the hands of the states, do you think that is a threat to women's rights, or do you think that's more of the people that make the legislation inside those states are the ones that are actually the threat to women's rights?
Well, I think it's both, right? I think everybody plays a part in it. But I do definitely think with the overturn of Roe v. Wade, it does affect a lot of things that are in women's health. Also just as simple as like birth control. And I think everybody should have access to that, whether if it is for birth control or if it's for something like ovarian cysts.
And in some states, can people not get access to birth control?
I don't know if anymore if that's a problem. I'm pretty sure that birth control is pretty regulated. They also have birth control now that's over the counter that people can purchase. It's just not as effective because it doesn't have double hormones in it.
Okay, so do you think it's fair when people say, because we talked to a lot of people and they say, well, I'm voting for Donald Trump because he's a threat to women's rights and for the rights of reproduction.
Right.
But as you work in this, I want to go back to my question. Do you think Donald Trump has the blame for that? Because he says that the states, people have been wanting it to be in the hands of the states for a very long time, so that's what he did. And if, for instance, if we had when we had COVID, the pandemic, if that would have been a federal issue, each state would have had to follow the exact same rules. But if you lived in California and if you lived in Florida, you had two different circumstances, and people were very happy about that. And so when we have things that are controlled on a federal level, a lot of people say that's like too much power inside the hands of the president or inside the federal government. So do you think it's good that's in the hands of the states, or should it be a federal issue?
Personally, I just don't think that anyone should be voting on rights of women's bodies. I think that should be up to the individual itself, because we're not anyone that can have or tell anybody's personal story. I also think that somebody that has super strong opinions can create a lot of maybe internalized violence. Kind of agree on a lot of similar things. It just maybe emotions get in the best of it, and then it creates division, which is not healthy for a country.
Awesome. I can tell you're a very nice lady, very respectful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a great one. Nate's even throwing out the compliments off the screen, telling her she looks fantastic. There we go. Nice lady. Abortion. Tough subject. All right, let's keep going. How you doing, ma'am? You having a good day?
Good, you?
Great. Who are you going to be voting for?
I do not want to be in comment.
Oh, okay. No worries, no worries, no worries. All right, let's cross the street. No cars are coming. How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Doing great.
How you guys doing? Welcome to Lancaster City. You finally got here.
We did get here.
What do you think so far?
So far, it's. I thought it was going to be a lot more support for Donald Trump, to be honest, but we're seeing a lot of support from Kamala.
I run a little late. I just woke up. Go up here around, make a right where the federal building is. That's where we get some fentanyl.
Oh.
Identify as a
Okay, back on.
All right.
Back on.
All right, we're back on. We're back on. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's just stand right here. Let's just stand right here. Let's talk for a sec while we have service.
You said a lot of Harris?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of support. It's been kind of 50-50, I would say.
Oh, okay.
But more towards Kamala Harris, I think, so far.
That's horrible. I think we got it, though. I think we got Lancaster.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got Pennsylvania, I'm sorry. I just heard yesterday that 180,000 Amish are registered now because of what happened last year. Some kind of someone Democrat went in and tried to shut down a guy's operation. He was doing like organic farming or something, and the billboard's actually in Pennsylvania Dutch. It's not even in English.
Oh, say that again?
The sign, the billboard, the billboard is in Pennsylvania Dutch. It says to go out and vote.
Oh, really?
For Trump, yeah.
Because the Amish, they also speak a different language as well, so they're...
It's Pennsylvania Dutch. It's kind of like a broken down German.
Wow. And so you say you've been watching the channel for a while now, and you say you've been watching it for the past 2 months?
I get so upset sometimes I have to shut it off. I mean, some of these things that people say, I'm like, where do you hear this news from? And if they're just so uneducated. And the pro-choice stuff, you want to take care of that. Punish the people the 1% that's raping these women, that makes these kill the babies. That's their rape excuse, rape or incest. Why don't you cut the guys' dicks off? And then see how many rapes you have after that. Let's get away from killing the baby shit. I can't stand it. It's like they're obsessed with killing babies.
Mm-hmm. How you doing, sir?
Big fan.
Awesome. You got 2 of them.
Far away from New York.
Yeah, we are far away from New York. Are you from New York?
No, I live here.
Awesome. And we'll come back to you in just a sec. Stay right on here. We can tell you got a lot of things to say. And what's the number one thing you've seen as you've been watching some of these streams as we have been traveling across the country? Who do you think makes more sense, a Trump supporter or a Kamala supporter?
Well, it should be so obvious. I mean, you can't really define what it is Kamala is saying 3/4 of the time. And, President Trump is so vociferous, and he is always talking. He was here last Sunday, and it was really amazing, too. He gave a real tour de force here at the town hall, but amazingly, just before this, he was in Feasterville, a suburb of Philadelphia. He leaves the McDonald's there, gets to Philadelphia, flies to Harrisburg, drives 53 minutes to get here. He does a hour and a half of stand-up here, which is amazing. I mean, he just has everyone busting a gut. And I think that's the best way to receive information is, the use of humor. And he does it in spades. And he gets back, drives 53 minutes back to Harrisburg because we were tracking him, gets on a plane, flies to Pittsburgh, attends the Steelers games there, gets big ovations there. I mean, the guy's an animal.
Kamala still says he's exhausted.
Oh, yeah, you can tell. What I think is going on is they're projecting. Everything they're feeling, everything they're doing, they project on Trump and his supporters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one thing I think is so interesting, she'll say she's exhausted or he's showing he's not mentally fit. Meanwhile, she's also the same person that was saying Joe Biden is completely fit and capable of running for president and continuing to be the president of the United States. And I'm not sure if you've ever looked on Kamala Harris's X account, her Twitter, but something I respect about Donald Trump is when he's sending the tweets, those are coming from his fingers. Kamala Harris is not sending any of her tweets. They literally look like chat GPTs writing them, and they're specifically saying, let's put a lie right here. Because you read it, and it's like, well, that's actually not true. But she's spreading all this false information. They get so mad at other people for spreading false information on the internet. Meanwhile, the person that is running for president, her whole entire all of her campaigning is a bunch of false information. But nobody comes in to fact check her.
And
it's a bunch of hate speech more than anything. Yesterday she would put 5 tweets out calling Trump Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, I mean, that's an act of desperation, I think, at this point. You look at Kamala Harris's career. Harmeet Dillon was on Tucker Carlson, and I think gave about the best summary you can of her life and career. And she's essentially she's hypergamous. She never got anywhere really through merit, particularly in her professional career. She claims to have been an activist as a child, but she didn't register to vote until she was 29. Now, I will say this, people ask my politics, and I tell them that I'm a lapsed Republican, an unrepentant Perotist, a failed Green, frustrated Democrat, now an independent. I lived in Los Angeles for 20 years, and I was actually on the executive board of the California Democratic Party.
Really?
And so I saw how the sausage was made. And at that time, Kamala Harris had just become Attorney General. And amazingly, this was after the great financial crisis. And she had, as Attorney General in California, she had her foot on the neck of all the big banks. All these banks that had been doing things like robo-signing, they were guilty of a lot of crimes. And she let them go. Basically, I think they settled for some, de minimis amount of money that never even made it back to the people that were victimized by the banks, made it to some nonprofits, some crony friends. And she, surprisingly, the woman who was the Barbara Boxer was the sitting senator. She decides to leave the Senate, and Kamala gets appointed to the Senate shortly thereafter. And then she, despite not having, getting only 1% of the vote in the primary, she becomes the vice president pick. So you tell me what's going on.
Sounds like a coup.
It is a coup. I mean, it really is. It's and unfortunately, I think the average American's view of history is so very shallow that they can't really look past the 20th century, or maybe they'll touch into the Civil War, the American Revolution, but they don't understand. I mean, there are no correlations between the kind of tyrannies that were arising in the 20th century. Now, what we've been subjected to is really an inverted totalitarianism. We've been subjected to this since after World War II. I mean, you look at how people feel and what they want and what they actually get from our electeds. And there's a huge dichotomy there. So it's crazy.
Hey, well, we appreciate you so much for coming out and talking. You're a very well-spoken man, smart, intelligent guy right here.
I really appreciate what you do. I mean, your videos on what's going on with the illegal alien crisis in New York and the invasion, I mean, you're helping to inform literally millions of people, because you might see yourself touching several thousand, but people like me are putting your message out there and getting it out to our groups and everything.
And we appreciate it too. Anybody that shares the videos, likes, comments, subscribes,
you
guys, it wouldn't be possible. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate
it.
Thanks.
Thank
you so much.
Work.
I will do. Thank you so much. All right, we're back. This guy, this guy's a legend. I can tell.
Go ahead. I want to hear what these people say.
Okay. Well, I want to hear more about what you're saying. Or would you be interested in debating with this lady? I bet she's voting for Kamala Harris.
She's already saying some goofy stuff. I'd rather not.
Oh, okay. Okay. And where is that smell? And so, yeah, we were talking when we were just coming over here. We can tell you're you got some good things to say. What do you got to say about what's going on here in America?
Our education's failed us. Our teachers have failed us. I just watching you for the last couple of months, my jaw's dropping. I'm going to be 52 years old. I didn't realize. I just thought it was in the areas I lived how stupid people were. I'm not smart. I'm not a really smart person, but common sense has went out the window a long time ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, this isn't like, I just listen to people. You ask questions and they're just stupid shit that comes out of people's mouths. I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's like it's a joke. It's like a Saturday Night Live skit.
Yeah, and everything's real. Nothing's fake.
And none of these people even know how to pronounce their name, but yet they want to vote for it.
Yeah.
It's not a beauty pageant. This person running this country and they don't care. Oh, well, she's black and she's a woman, so I'm voting for her. Really? That's it? You're going to run with that? Well, I'm going to give her a chance. 4 more years. Something different. She's been in office for 4 years.
Oh, these guys just voted. Who'd you guys vote for?
We allowed to tell you?
Oh, of course.
Yeah? Who are you with?
My name's Nick Shirley. I'm live on YouTube. We just talk to people.
Live on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah. Voted for Trump.
Voted for Trump.
Yep.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's also voting for Trump himself. What makes you? We've talked to a lot of people here actually in Lancaster, and it seems like there's quite a bit of support for Kamala Harris as well. It's been so far about 50-50.
Has it?
Yeah.
It's not surprising. That's what the national polls are saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Do you think we can trust the polls?
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them. It's going to get
Maybe not all of them.
Yeah, and do you think Donald Trump has done a better job campaigning here, specifically in the state of Pennsylvania, than Kamala Harris? I think he's certainly gotten more views or engagement with the McDonald's stuff, the Pittsburgh
very
Steelers.
active. He's been all over the place. I mean, he's a really energetic guy, and he's been all over the place. So, I mean, maybe we voted for Trump. So, from our perspective, I'd say yes.
Okay. And would you like Donald Trump to continue with some of the things that are going on here in America, such as free sex changes for illegal immigrants, for prisoners, for illegal immigrants to get housed in hotels, meanwhile veterans are on the streets?
I voted for Trump.
You hope that changes, right?
I hope that changes.
Yeah, I think we all do. I don't think anyone can reason that stuff makes sense.
Right, I agree with that.
Awesome. Hey,
common sense is a beautiful thing. So.
It is a beautiful thing.
Thank you very much.
What are your thoughts?
I also voted for Trump. We've been supporters of his from the get-go. We went to his rally that he just held here, and thought the support was strong. I thought he's.
How was the rally? Was it good?
Yeah.
Lots of people?
Yeah, we waited 2 hours in line.
Oh, wow.
And I think, everybody, not everyone got in. There were that many.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, we'll let you guys get back to it.
Yeah,
thank you guys so much for your time. Come on, sir. I want to give this guy a chance to debate a Kamala supporter.
No, as long as they're voting for Trump, I have nothing to say.
But I want to get you the opportunity to debate a Kamala person. Let's go over here down to the town square again. People will really love it when we get in the little debates, and I like having another Trump supporter speak with Kamala supporters, see what happens. It's going to be interesting.
You heard yesterday with the Hitler comments again?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
And Hitler killed over 6 million people. How the hell you say something like that? Tell me he's not a target again. Look at all these nut jobs that want to be martyrs. Well, I'm going to go kill Hitler. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't care. They do not care
That's
about
the
us.
worst insult you could ever give somebody.
And it just doesn't stop. And
I heard that Donald Trump's daughter is also a Jew, as well.
He's done more for the Jewish community than any president since I've been alive.
Mm-hmm.
And you should bring that up more too. He's the only president to ever just walk into North Korea like that. That's unbelievable. If that would have been Obama, he would have got a peace prize.
Yeah.
Or Clinton did that. He just walked in, shook his head, and the only thing about him being buddies with Putin, the first time you saw him meet Putin, he grabbed Putin's arm and pulled him into him. Like, I'm the boss. You know what I mean? That's who you want leading this country.
What about her? What about the lady behind us?
She just came up to see him.
Oh, really? We should probably go say hi to her. She's the one with all the kids?
Yeah, she'll just walk up.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Let's get away. 40 cents.
We don't have 40 cents on us right now. For the community, we don't care. Cash. Yeah.
Dollars.
And what's going on here? We're so over by the library. There's people hunched over.
Yeah.
Is there also a big
The federal
drug?
building's the worst. It's down where we were on the left.
Is there also a lot of fentanyl and stuff that goes on here?
Oh, yeah.
In Lancaster?
Yeah,
Small town.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Meth, too, is pretty bad.
Wow. When you hear candidates like RFK coming in, and he's supporting Donald Trump now, and he supports keeping America healthy,
Yeah.
is that something that gets you excited?
I got really excited about that because I didn't realize how bad our food's horrible. I mean, I left high school in '90, and there was no fat people in school, and now everybody's just a Jabba the Hutt. I mean, it is. Everybody's just.
All right, let's ask this person right here in the 76ers. You ready to debate?
Yo, go ahead.
All right, let's see what you got.
I'll stay back.
How you doing? Oh, okay. No. Let's see. We're gonna find somebody. Okay. Where's she at?
This girl.
Okay. Will do. Okay. Let's. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. We go all across the country. We talk to people, and we specifically came here to Lancaster. With the election coming up, we know this is a peace city here in Pennsylvania. You yourself, who will you be voting for?
Who will I be voting for? Well, the situation we have this year is we have two candidates there that are probably aren't qualified to be president again or in the future. And I guess we're voting for the lesser of the two evils.
Yeah, who is the lesser of the two evils?
Well, in my opinion, that's a private thing.
Ah, it's a private thing.
Yes.
Would you like to say who you're going to be voting for?
Well, it's not necessarily there. It's my vote is only one vote.
Yeah.
In America there, so I'll be voting for the person I think is going to do the best job for us here.
Any hints?
Well, let's put it like this. He was president before.
Okay, he was president before.
Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a good
day.
one. How you doing, ma'am?
I think that's somebody can help with these folks.
Yes.
Oh my God!
That's
Wait.
what I'm doing.
We got people. They need Narcan, or are they asleep? Or?
No, Narcan won't work for what we use here.
Oh. What?
It's a non-receptive drug.
Oh wow! And could we ask you? We're live right now. We're just talking to people here in Philadelphia, or sorry, here in Lancaster.
Lancaster.
Yeah, we're in Lancaster. Yesterday we were in Philadelphia. Who are you gonna be voting for?
Actually, I'm not going to disclose that.
Oh, okay. And here is it in Lancaster. We were talking to this guy right here. He said there's a drug issue, and obviously these people are passed out right now.
Correct.
What
We
drugs
do
are these people
have
using?
A drug issue. I do street outreach. I work directly with the homeless on the street, and I advocate with all the rehabilitation programs that work on the streets to work with our homeless individuals and non-home individuals.
Okay. And what drugs taking over the streets here in Lancaster?
There's multiples. So we have K2, we have meth, and we have some others that...
What's K2?
K2 is a synthetic form of marijuana that is
okay.
deadly.
Wow.
So, yes.
Yeah, these people are they asleep, or are they...
Yes, it nods you out, it puts you in a very deep sleep, and at some point, yes, we take you to the hospital, and yeah, you get pushed up fluids, and that's the end of that.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you for your time. How are you guys doing? Do you guys have a quick second, sir? Really quick.
The light changes.
Yeah. We go all across the country. We're asking people who they're going to be voting for. We're here in Lancaster. Who do you guys support?
I don't know who I'm supporting.
You look like you got something to say.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Who are you supporting, ma'am?
I'm not sure either.
No.
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay. You're getting close. You got like 12 or 11 days to decide. Let me see how many days it is. No, I don't think it's 14. I think it's closer. I think it's literally... we got... Let me see. No, it's 12 days. 12 days. 12 days. Let's see. We're trying to find somebody for our friend to debate right here. Let's find somebody. How are you guys doing? Are you guys going to be voting?
Yes.
Who are you guys voting for?
Trump.
Independent. Independent. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Let's find a Kamala supporter. Let's see. How are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. We're live right now. We're just talking to people.
Hi.
And we go all across the country, especially with the election coming up. We came here to Lancaster to see who people think is going to win the election. Who do you think wins?
I think whoever God decides.
Whoever God decides.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen to
in
that.
His sovereign will, He will decide who will win.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let's keep going along. We keep talking to some folks.
Oh, no, look, here we go.
Say that again?
You're not live right now.
Yeah, we are. Should be. My phone says we are. Yeah, down in the library it cut out, so we came back up here. No, we're good on here. Oh, we got some Amish folks coming through. How are you guys doing? Are you guys going to be voting this year?
Yeah.
And who are you voting for?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Are you Amish? Can I ask? Awesome.
Yep.
And so the Amish are going to be coming out to vote this year?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, we heard that now over 150,000 Amish are going to be voting?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So have you ever voted before?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are one of the Amish that do vote, because we know some Amish do not vote. And what has caused so many of the Amish to register to vote this year and to show up at the ballots, show up at the polls?
Probably just they want to get out and vote and make a difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you guys been affected this past 4 years underneath the Biden-Harris administration?
I would say definitely. Yeah.
And in what ways has the Amish community been affected?
One way is that with Trump the Amish had, I would say, they had more freedom, and with the Biden administration, there was not, it started getting tighter and tighter, and so.
As far as restricting and
Yeah.
making it hard to pass certain things to go
gotta
on.
go.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much, sir. Wow. Hey, how are you guys?
What's the interview on?
Yeah, we're coming here to Lancaster. We're just talking to folks about who they're going to be voting for and who they support in the upcoming election.
Right. I'm voting for Jesus.
Yeah, that's a good one. And what candidate out of Donald Trump and Kamala Harris do you think will support the message of Jesus?
Yeah, I really don't like either one of them.
Yeah, are you going to be voting?
I'm going to be voting, yes.
And who are you going to be voting for?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to vote for Jesus. See, if I vote for one or the other, then I'm putting them higher than my faith in Jesus.
Yeah.
So he's the one that puts people in and out of office. He raises kings up and he destroys them.
All right, close your eyes. Your hand's moving. Jesus is moving your hand at the polls. Trump or Kamala? Trump right here, Kamala this way. Where does it go?
Yeah.
Where does it go? Right or left? Where does it go? Right or left? You're letting God take in. It's going
In the
to
center.
Trump. It moved over right. I saw it. How are you doing, ma'am? You have a quick second, really quick. We're just talking to people. We've been going all across the country, and we're trying to see who people are going to be voting for. You yourself, who are you going to be voting for?
Okay. Wow, this is just a big. I'm going to vote for Trump.
For Trump? Wow, we haven't found a Kamala supporter in the last 30 minutes. It seems like we haven't got a Kamala supporter in the last 30 minutes or so.
Yeah?
And what makes you excited about voting for Donald Trump?
I like Donald Trump, and I believe that he is God appointed.
He's God appointed. And when you see him get nearly assassinated like he almost did in Butler, Pennsylvania, and just by the millisecond of turning his head, do you think there was a divine intervention in there?
Definitely.
What do you think about when people say that assassination attempt was fake? That he would have done that to himself?
I don't think he would have done that to himself. I don't think it's fake at all.
Yeah. How do you think as a society we get to a point where our president is literally shot at, 2 people behind him are killed, his ear gets hit by a bullet, and then people believe that it's a fake? How did we get to that point inside the United States?
Because people just don't want to believe anymore. They think everything's a fake. They don't want to believe in integrity anymore.
Hey, and do you trust the election integrity do you trust that whoever wins on November 5th is the person who actually won?
I don't know what to say about that. I'm just praying that the one that wins is God appointed and believes in God, Jesus Christ, and believes in the Bible.
We've seen a lot of people out here that are all a lot of people end the messages with talking about Jesus. People here in Pennsylvania got a lot of faith.
Do they?
Yeah, that's what we've seen so far today. Hey, and thank you so
That's
much for your
awesome.
time, man.
I'm originally from Pennsylvania, but I live in Maryland now.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for your time, man. You too. Have a good one. All right, let's talk to these ladies. Or did we already spoke with them? I believe so. Let's see. We'll get somebody coming through here.
By the Federal Building.
Huh?
Head down by the Federal Building.
Okay, we just gotta be careful because the last time the connection went out when we walked a little bit over there. But we'll get a lot of people are coming through right here. Let's see. How are you doing, man? You having a blessed day? Yes, I am. Awesome. And really quick, we're live. We're just talking to people here on the streets in Lancaster. Who do you think wins the state of Pennsylvania come November 5th?
Trump.
Trump. Wow,
Yeah.
A lot of support for Trump. But last 30 minutes, we haven't found a Kamala supporter.
Right. Well, that's because when the country does well, people know it. When the country's not doing well, people know it.
What about
And
the
the
people
last
that,
4 years have been really hard.
Yeah. What about the people that still know that this past 4 years have been bad? Even Kamala Harris herself has said it's been bad. Yet she's going to be the one to turn it around.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't, she was in charge of the border, and I don't think she did a very good job. So I don't know how she's going to turn anything around. But thank you for asking.
Awesome. No, thank
Yeah.
you for talking with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. All right, let's go move over here on this corner right here. We'll see if we can find anybody that's voting for Kamala. It's our Franken debater.
Yeah, they're all saying all for
Right here.
Trump in the chat.
Yeah, everyone is saying all for Trump. Let's go. And I haven't been able to look at the chat too much today, but I just want to say thanks to everybody for being here. I've seen some donations coming in, and we appreciate that as well. Let's talk to some of these. Let's talk to this lady right here. How are you doing, ma'am? Having a good day? Awesome. We go all across the country. We're talking to people here in Lancaster, and we're seeing who people think is going to be best to win the election here. Who will you be voting for?
Nobody.
Nobody. Who are you guys going to be voting for?
Nobody.
Nobody? You guys going to be voting? You guys aren't going to be voting? Oh, okay. How are you guys doing? It's all good. Are you guys going to be voting this year? Oh, okay. Well, they left us too soon. They said yes, but it was too late. Let's talk to this couple right here. How are you guys doing? We're live. We're just trying to talk to folks like yourself. Are you guys going to be voting this year?
Yes.
And who are you guys voting for?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. And what makes you guys excited about voting for Kamala Harris?
Because Donald Trump's a psychotic fascist.
This guy right here is going to be voting for Donald Trump.
That's insane. That's totally insane.
Listen to three
Come
retired.
in.
Listen to three retired generals say he's a fascist, and they worked alongside him. He is.
How many wars were we in under his?
He praised Hitler's generals.
How many wars were we in under him?
Oh, please. Donald Trump is a fascist.
Come back.
What
wars are we in right now?
He went into North Korea and shook that leader's hand.
and
when he met,
that's a shitty thing to do.
And when he met Putin,
and that's why he's letting North Koreans train alongside
Putin's hand and pulled Putin into him like a little boy. Okay, Putin, how you going?
Putin owns Donald Trump. You know it.
Those guys, all they will do is manipulate Trump because he's such a small person.
You don't think you're being manipulated right now with this
I
nonsense?
do not. I think you are. I'm certain you are.
Wait, stay back. This is important. This is important.
To my life.
Yeah, I was.
And I'm not a big Trump fan, but this is common sense.
I worked for Bush 41.
Well, thank you.
And did
Thank
you
for
see
saying- I was a
all
big
the
Bush
retired
fan.
generals? And who just else came out and said that, McConnell just said that he would be an embarrassment to Ronald Reagan. He'd be an embarrassment to the old... Because Trump is a rapist. He is trash.
There's no truth
I
to
grew up
that
in New
statement.
York. We've known he's been trash since
he's not a
the 80s.
racist. He's never been...
So you don't think? You don't think a civil jury found him liable for rape?
No.
You don't think that's true?
No.
You don't think a civil jury found that he raped E.
not
Jean
for
Carroll?
rape, Not for rape. Not for rape. But big difference.
Essentially rape. The
Sexual
judge said
harassment. It was sexual harassment.
sexual assault. It was sexual
This is a
assault.
woman who calls her cat
What do you think about
pussy.
how he's attacking
Or
women's rights?
vagina. She calls her cat vagina. She said that Anderson Cooper live on
Anyone
TV.
can call their cat whatever they
She
want.
said live on TV. She goes, most women like rape. It's kind of sexy.
So what do you like about Trump?
That's the woman that
What do you
accused
like
him
about
for rape.
Trump?
That he can go into any country and he gets shit done, and nothing happened under his watch.
He would hand Ukraine over to Russia,
Was
and
there
we
any
would
wars?
have
Did you have
a
more
serious
money?
problem.
Was the economy better?
The economy is much better
Much
right now
better.
than it ever was
Much
under
better.
Trump. It is much better.
The stock market is double what it was when
Every
Trump
economic
left
indicator.
These
presidency.
people over here laying underneath it, passed out on drugs.
Oh, and you think that didn't happen when Donald Trump
This country
was...
is turning into a shithole.
You think Donald Trump cares about those people?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
I think
he
he
cares about
and you know what
anybody
what I
but
like about Trump? I think he's a real person. Because he has so much money. Why would he want to do this? For his ego?
He's a terrible
If you
businessman. He's filed for
actually think the
bankruptcy 6
economy
times. He's
was
ran.
better under Trump.
Oh, I do.
You're
I do.
insane.
Well,
Well, you don't know what economics are. You don't know.
I guess.
Absolutely. Look
Educated.
at all the indicators. The
You
stock
think
market.
that was-
Not everybody's saying Trump.
Do you think? Wait. Do you think 20% tariffs across the board would be good for the U.S. economy? Do you think that would? Do you think that would? Do you think that would? Do you not think that would cause?
She wants to control all the prices on food. That's communism. That's fascism.
No.
I want to control the
No.
prices on all the.
She has never said. She has never said anything about price controls on food.
talking about price gouging.
She's talking about price gouging and not price controls. She's talking about preventing price gouging.
Price gouging. Gas prices are so high because we cut all the.
Do you know the United States is producing more oil and gas than it ever has in the history of the country?
Oh.
Do you know?
Yes, he actually is an energy
Do you think that's not?
attorney.
Do you think that's not
We live in
true?
Houston, Texas. It's true.
You're very passionate. I am too.
Yeah.
I'm not a diehard Trump fan, but that woman is manipulating people. She has no experience. She has no experience.
I think this has to do with the fact that
She has no experience?
She wasn't elected to be vice president.
She has no experience. She's been
I wanna
vice
try to lay
president
down-
of
She's
the
been
United
district attorney,
States of
she's been attorney
America.
general of the
she's done.
West.
Name one thing she's
U.S.
done.
Senator, and Attorney
Name
U.S.
one
Attorney
thing she's
General.
done. One accompliment.
So,
Right, no, I think
hold
the
on,
problem here is she's a woman.
Hey, hold on.
That
Hold on.
woman.
Name,
That
hey, hold on.
woman.
Wait a second.
One accomplishment.
Name me one accomplishment of any vice president ever. What does the vice president do? The vice president is a figurehead. You can't blame anything that happened in the Trump administration on Kamala Harris because vice presidents don't do anything.
Did you watch her in the town hall at CNN last night?
No, I did not watch that. I read some snippets of it, but I was
You know
out
she's
there.
calling Trump Hitler again. Hitler again?
Well, he said
He says he wants he wants his generals to be like Hitler's generals. He said that.
He wants to have the power to attack American citizens.
This guy
and
saying
he
that
will.
he heard him say this in office. Come on.
You need to get educated.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Oh, everybody has a camera now.
They
They
could
could have got
the end
him.
of democracy, and you're going to vote for the end of our country as we know it.
I heard this 8 years ago, 4 years ago. I heard the same shit.
Yeah, and now the guardrails are off compared to where they were 4 years ago.
Trump could bring World War III. Now look, when he left, now we're in World War III.
When Trump said he was going to close the borders, why are we 4 years later with him still trying to promise us he's going to close them? Why didn't he do it in the 4 years? Like, you remember when he ran on the first time, it was the promise that he's going to close?
They took
90
He
laws.
did it. What he did was reinforce
You've been to the border?
Yes. He reinforced.
You've been to the border.
Not
You've been to the border.
But I've been to the border, yes.
Have you seen the walls that are up there at the border?
There were walls there before. He reinforced walls that were already there.
Rebuild the walls that were there, and he's also built his own
and
wall.
used wording to try to manipulate it as if for credit. The same way as Kushner, his son-in-law, is the one who did any ally with Jerusalem, and yet he's taking the credit for that as well. Trump is about building a base around him that will make him look good, but he will not accredit his base unless it is good for the numbers. And you seem to me to be an entrepreneur and a bright young man that's out here taking this all on. You have to open your mind. Like, we all are brainwashed.
A bullet to the head.
Not to the head, honey. He wouldn't be here.
Anything above the shoulders is the head. I don't care if he got shot in the nose, shot in the lips, shot in the ear.
Sure.
He got shot in the head.
We've seen what we're going off of
We don't
is
even talk about
words.
that.
Is words.
That actually did happen. He got
You
shot
see
in the
this?
ear.
Let me explain something. You see my ear? This just got split open to the wide open meat just a month and a half ago. Why does Trump still not even have any?
Do you think he wasn't shot? There's people out there that think it's a setup. So a man died.
But it's sealed.
A man died.
On its own.
A man died.
What happened was the teleprompters he doesn't use, glass hit that teleprompter that didn't get used, and 2 men died that day.
2 men died that day.
Oh yes.
The shooter and the person behind Donald Trump died.
Well, I know the men behind Donald Trump.
So how are you saying that he
How
didn't
am I
get
saying
shot?
Because I said Donald Trump. You're talking about a man, but that's what I mean by when I say wordplay. I never sat here and said that there was no one killed. We're talking about the man behind is separate from
You just
Donald
said
Trump.
Donald Trump didn't
I
get
said
shot.
Donald Trump. Yes, the man Donald Trump is different than the victim that was killed.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure that you're making sure you quote.
You can
me
hate
directly.
Donald Trump. That's
I don't
fine.
hate Donald Trump, honey. I
Well,
don't
it
hate
sounds
anybody.
like you're defending.
As a matter of fact, no, let me tell you what I like about
You still
Donald
don't
Trump.
give me one
When
policy
Donald
that
Trump,
Kamala has
listen.
done. One thing she's done, and one thing you think she can do.
Okay, ready?
She can't answer any questions.
I'm going to answer this,
Go
right?
ahead.
Just a few minutes ago, I asked you the same thing. And when you talk about wordplay and trying to distract, what you did was not answer it and begin to attack, saying, "Give me an answer. Give me an answer."
I did. I thought he said the
What you
economy
s-
was better. We weren't
go
at war. He
Why
he
was the
reached
economy
out.
better?
He reached out.
Sweetie, not for nothing. Not for nothing. I
That's
mean,
why
no
I answered
disrespect
your
with you.
question.
I help serve you. How have you been any better in the last 4 years sitting out here than you will be in the last 4 years when Donald Trump was there? To say that the economy is better is you catching on to the popularity rhetoric of the fact that as Pennsylvania, we are usually a red state.
I'm going to be
Usually
52
Republican
next
state.
month, and the best I ever did was under his administration.
Okay,
if it's
give me an
coincidence,
example.
then it's coincidence. But I'm just telling you how it was.
Okay,
There was no
and
wars.
that I respect.
There was no wars.
That I respect. But for us to speak as professionals, as if we understand how those things happen, is us just putting our own assumptions on other people. The reality is, unless you study social work, unless you study the actual Constitution, unless you've put in the work like your mother has to be at the border, to do all of these things for the border work, unless you are actually a professional, we're all pushing our assumptions on to the next person as if they're factual.
Okay.
That is a false narrative to have.
So you say what you're saying is a false narrative then?
No, what I'm saying is my opinion.
she pretended to bad.
No, I'm saying it's my opinion. I
Yeah,
said
but then you're saying it's a false narrative.
Yeah, let me make sure so he don't have to spend anything for me.
I
I
spending
personally do not have anything against Donald Trump, nor this gentleman with a different opinion, nor this gentleman right here. I think as a human being and as a person, he should have equal rights. What that means is that you should be held accountable to the same laws, to the same legislations, and to the same consequences. And when you say that Donald Trump was put on court and all these cases are false, I could put you in court for I could tell an officer
No
right
one's
now
ever been
that you
charged
grabbed
with
me
felonies like
and you're
that.
not going to get arrested. Nobody can get as many charges as him on just a made-up narrative.
These are made-up felonies. No one in history of the United States, no one's ever had these felonies. They had to make them up. They're felony
Rape
sixes.
charges? And
he never got charged for
No,
rape.
I'm saying he never got charged for rape. He paid $85 million for his rape story to be proven
85 million?
real.
And listen,
$85 million.
Listen, I'm saying
85 million. Wait,
Someone in the chat fact check that.
let me educate him real quick. Real quick. So on the narrative, this is what I said real quick. Not on policy. Talking about the character of Donald Trump. Donald Trump, when he was just in Hollywood, I was a big fan. I loved the way he ran Apprentice. I loved the way that his motto was to make sure that you build people, make the job their responsibility, and when something falls, you blame them. That is his motto to this day, even as president. When he was just a businessman and I wanted to do real estate, I read every book, I grabbed all of his stuff. In that way, as a businessman and as somebody who knew the politics, I was all for Donald Trump. That does not mean that that's the same person that I'm like going to hire for my wedding coordinating. You're specific at a job, right? Right now, he's the president. And what he does as far as being able to advertise, spin a narrative, promote, that's what he does. That and people are taking that as if that proves a policy. It's not proving any policy.
Say that again?
Donald Trump does nothing.
Yeah, and so you're going to be voting for Kamala Harris?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I am.
I don't know, but as far as
Chat, this is crazy right now. We got people debating over here. We've got lots of people coming through. Interesting.
Character of Donald Trump.
That's it. We're not voting on character, though.
But we are.
Because he has horrible character.
You know Lancaster. So if I tell you right now that this officer, you've seen this officer kicking your so-called friend, you're still going to go, but he deserves that badge, or he deserves. No, you know character matters.
You know who I am, right?
I do, and you know.
I'm the guy that
matters,
sued the prison.
Listen, and so you know.
I changed all the policies in the city.
And what I'm saying to you is, while I understand the pride that you have, and even for Lancaster, and even repeating stuff because it sounds like an educated narrative, baby, you've been here long enough to know these people do not care two damns. And to sit there and say that Donald Trump would care anything,
Why is he doing it?
Because it makes him look good. Anything that makes Donald Trump look good is what Donald Trump is.
Here's what, do me a favor.
So when
go
I say
back.
the thing about the rape, hold on. When I say something about the
There
rape,
was no rape.
No, listen. When you heard me say that term, let me clarify.
P. Diddy, there's rape, not Donald
So
Trump.
this is what I'm going to say. So
P.
now
Diddy,
listen to that.
that's a fact.
P. Diddy is a fact, right? So then look up Donald Trump backing.
P. Diddy, disgusting guy.
Look at Donald Trump backing P. Diddy during The Apprentice when one of his assault
Obama
victims.
has photos with him with P. Diddy too.
No, I'm not talking about the photos. I'm talking about Donald Trump using his mouth to say, P. Diddy is a good friend of mine, a very good man, and a good character when one of his assailants was trying to tell Donald Trump that he wasn't. Donald Trump said, well, I don't know. He's a good friend of mine, and he's a good guy. So
if all you have is good interactions with somebody, you're going to think they're a good person.
Right. And so that's why I don't blame anybody who did have a good interaction with Trump. But I'm saying it would be...
Jesse Jackson.
Well, but let me say the one thing about what I'm going to say about the rape thing, right?
He's
When it
friends
comes to the rape thing, right? Donald Trump was not. Listen to me. Donald Trump was not prosecuted for rape. That is a fact. These are all factual when you say Donald Trump was not prosecuted for rape. Hold on. Because I'm not repeating that. Please stop twisting my words and let me finish my sentence so you can hear.
And we do want to correct. We do want to come with a fact, Booker T. Donald Trump hush money was $130,000.
That's for Stormy Daniels. I'm not talking about Stormy Daniels.
But you did say $84 million.
$84 million, not to Stormy Daniels.
That was $130,000.
Okay, hold on. You keep. This is what I mean when I say spinning. I mean, you're not trying to spin. You're trying to pull up facts.
Just the fact.
So let me make sure. Look up the lady that he paid the $84 million to.
That's like a tenth of his net worth.
That's exactly why he went back and he went from saying he had the money to then saying he don't have enough. So then they had to go back to court again to try to get it lower down. So let me break it down to you.
Chat, should we keep going with this one or should we move on?
Jean E. Carroll. Look up Jean E. Carroll, her book, and how she never came to try to prosecute Trump. She never even tried to make him out to be a rapist, and she never went to go ahead to take him to court. She wrote her own autobiography, and in her autobiography, she had a story about how she was raped by Donald Trump. Donald Trump took her to court for the book to say, hey, those are lies, you can't print that kind of stuff. And when they went to court, the judge played out the... I am, but let me finish it first.
All right, we're going to have one last response, and we have to move on.
And
this lady's came in 3 different times today.
And that she is allowed to have it in her book because it was found that it was an accurate statement and an accurate account. So while he was not charged for rape, that's already criminal enough. We have a man running around here who is known to have committed these things, but ran out of a statute of limitations, paid $84 million because he can, and now we're acting like this is about Stormy Daniels and $130, which has more to do with his marital status and the sanctity of marriage. So when this man pushes our Christianity, our beliefs, and who we should fall for as a whole, God said, love. This is the greatest of these. The Lord said, come to me by your own will, not by the force of a nation behind you who tells you your rights and wrongs. And for that you will be forever changed. And for that you will make it into the kingdom of heaven. Not by sitting here going, I did this because of force or because of the laws that were made to me, or I got to even say...
Getting a little off track.
Okay, go back to the...
Okay, you got one last statement, and then we got to move on.
The last thing is, did me and you have a decent rapport?
I think we did too.
Do you have any? We gotta end. We gotta end this. Anything else you'd like to say before we move on?
I'm good. I'm burned out already.
And he keeps walking around saying, "Where's our one debater, our only debater?" So I wanted to make sure I showed back up, because I would love to have an actual conversation with you, because I believe that what you're doing because you believe it, and there's nothing wrong in that. So I just kind of want to understand from an educational standpoint, what besides just saying, hey, I'm a great person, no, I'm telling you I'm good, are the facts behind the actions or the works of mercy that I've taken.
I'll give you facts. I'll give you facts why I'm voting for Donald Trump if you want them.
No, I do want that too, but I want the facts on what he's actually done.
Everyone in Hollywood,
like that, I can look
in the
up.
music industry loved Donald Trump for the past 20 years.
Because he's Hollywood. That's what I'm saying. Hollywood.
They loved him.
So did Epstein, Mike Tyson, Mark Robinson. His grandfather got into this country as an illegal immigrant. Opened up a business.
Who's this?
Donald Trump. This is how they got their fortune. Opened up a brothel. Literally was condemned multiple times for the prostitution he had going on in this entertainment club.
Would you like to be also accused of the crimes that your
Not accusing, honey. This is he's a
like
businessman on paper who had a brothel.
Cornelius
Those were
family
legal in the day. Look it
were
up.
slave
It's
owners.
Donald Trump's grandfather before he gave the money to Fred. Once he gave the money to Fred Trump, he then became a real estate mogul. But they still have the mindset passed down by multiple generations of where a woman stands, the value, and what is okay and what is not. And while it's not just him by himself who's going to run the nation, when you are faced at a crossroads, you're going to revert back to your character, your core, what you believe in and what you morally stand for, to push those things out. As his character, he is not you. He is not you. He seems like a really decent guy, by the way. But he is not any of us.
Say it on camera, Nate.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Like camera, Nate.
I'm married.
Nate said we'll talk later.
His character is flawed. And so it seems to me that I'm sure you are for the country. I'm sure that you are for us evolving and this, that, the other. But we have to be very, very careful not to be conned by someone who has done this for their business to reach the top for some 40 plus years of his life.
I also have to say something.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we have been conned by career politicians also who have been
this is true.
In office for generations of time, just like Joe Biden was in office for 40-something years before he became president, and somehow he is beyond a millionaire off of working for us. And I do want to say something about Bill Clinton, because we're bringing up Donald Trump and the hush money and all that. Bill Clinton also had a hush money hidden thing that was going on. He had Monica Lewinsky.
He's the guy who got the blowjob in that.
And then he also had Paula Jones, and he
Got a
paid
little blowy.
Paula Jones $850,000 to keep her quiet. So,
and
basically,
you know what they did?
Politicians, there's a lot of corruptions with all politicians, and a politician should be there to serve us.
Yes.
A lot of these politicians are put in, and I even think Kamala Harris, there's always something behind them that's like pushing them in. They got secrets. All of them have secrets, and they're all in there in cahoots together to hide everyone's secret so no one comes down and tells them. And then when someone is going to tell the secret, then they're ousted.
In some ways, I believe that that's right. I believe that that's all businesses. Most businesses have their secrets on how they run, their connections, where they get their products, where they do their things. That is all part of it. I'm not going to deny that. What I will say to you, though, is even when you bring up Bill Clinton, those hush money cases were not charges of assault. Those were, I had sex with you when I'm a married man running this president and it's going to ruin my reputation. Donald Trump's sexual charges are literally charges and assumptions and accusations made of somebody doing something against their will. And it's a little different. While they're both nasty, ain't gonna lie about that. They all freaks and they all got some secrets. There's a big difference between consent and no consent between consensual adults. So when it comes down to Diddy and his nasty behind, majority of that stuff was consensual, and at first I'm like, oh, they're trying to embarrass him. The second that you say forced, you threaten someone, you told them that they better do it, that's a whole different ballgame. And the things that we're comparing, when we're comparing sex to sex, we also got to compare how those sexual allegations came up. One was just, yo, you got a wife at home and we trust you to tell the country, but if you're lying about this, what else would you lie about? And the other is, oh my goodness, that woman was scared. You tried to ruin her reputation. Your wife's somewhere crying. And to this day, we didn't hire Hillary Clinton because somehow she showed weakness by supporting her husband. But here's Melania somehow.
But
strong
Bill
as hell
Clinton was
for
president
staying
of
with
the United States of America, and he was doing that with a 21-year-old in the Oval Office while he was married
we're 10 years
to
out.
Hillary Clinton.
That is true. That is exactly what you just said.
ma'am,
And Melania was pregnant, and
Okay.
thank goodness we're 10 years out.
All right, I would
and
like
so
to.
now we're just trying to deal
I'd like
with
to take
today's
control of
present
my
day
stream. You stay here. I gave you about 20 minutes of screen time here, and I want to at least explain as to why I will be voting for Donald
Wait, let's
Trump.
reword that. Say, can you stay here because I gave you 20 minutes? Don't say stay here.
Okay, can you please stay here,
I
ma'am?
can, yes, sir.
Okay,
You say
great.
words are everything. Words are power. But go
Words are
ahead.
Powerful. Okay, so there's a few reasons why I'll be voting for Donald Trump. I'm not looking at what Donald Trump did 20 years ago, 10 years ago, even 8 years ago. I'm looking at what he did. Well, yes, 8 years ago when he was
8 years
president.
ago, right?
But I'm not looking to what he did when he was in his 50s, 40s, 30s. I think we're past that. I wouldn't want to judge my grandpa or my dad
I'll
on
tell
what
you
they
what.
did when they were at that age either.
This is
You
true.
never know that stuff's behind,
So you
right?
believe that people can grow
People
and
can change. I believe in
the
Jesus.
commentaries that they make. So the fracking thing, is that something that's allowed to change?
Okay, I want to talk about my points, all right?
But go ahead.
So, one, I believe in
Just apply
Jesus. So
them
I
to
believe
both
people
of them. Thank
can change and someone can repent and be forgiven of their sins. So, whatever.
Have you heard Donald Trump do that? And would you like him to do that?
Okay, well, I want to explain. I'm not going into that.
Okay.
And so, the reason why I'll be voting for Donald Trump this year, one, I think the border will be a lot more secure underneath him than it will be underneath Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has let in over 10 million, upwards of 20 million illegal immigrants.
I have a question about that.
But I
Why
want to
do you
keep going.
believe that?
Why do I believe that?
Like, why do you think he'll be, or how do you think he'll be able to do it?
If you
he
look-
says that we can't
if you
find
look-
the immigrants, so how's he going to be able to find them the second he's in office to deport them? He says that they're here undocumented and they run loose and we don't know where they're at and we don't know what country they're in. But the second he becomes in office, he knows how to call them
Yeah,
all
let
up
me
to tell
explain
them to
myself.
report.
We know where they're at. They're in these sanctuary states.
Right.
You can literally find them.
Right. So
You
when
can
he
go talk
says,
up to
when
them.
he says that they're out here with no one watching them, that would kind of be false, right? If we know how to go gather them up and grab them to take them back.
Well, the plan to get them to deport people will be by using the local police officers inside of the states.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, so with the border, there's
But
obviously
meaning
been
somebody
millions of
knows where
people.
they're at then.
Millions of people have been let into the United States underneath Kamala Harris.
Right.
Millions
but
of
the
people
narrative
also.
is that it's being done illegally. Can she
Ma'am,
allow?
I'm not
someone-
going to argue. I'm not going to talk anymore. But thank you so much for your time.
Is it illegal?
Have a great one. It is illegal for someone to come into the
Then
country.
why aren't we arresting her? I mean, that would be so easy.
Exactly.
She's doing it to her
Do
face.
you
Why
think
wouldn't she be
it's
arrested?
legal for a person to walk right into America? Could we just walk right into
That's not what's
China?
happening. They're coming right in and saying, I'm in trouble. And then she goes, oh, sign this paper, which are all things that we put in policy. They're
Because
things that are
they
legal.
have stopped.
It's the reason why legally he's not in there
No,
for
it
a
is
break,
not
because
legal.
as long as the date
It is-
runs out,
Oh,
then the
man,
date
girl.
runs
All
out.
right.
They're all
We're
part of the
done.
We're done.
laws.
We're
It's
done.
not done. It's not legal. Could you go into China just because you wanted to go and just step over into China's border and
No,
just be
and so
like,
I wouldn't.
"Here I
But
am"?
if China has a paper I can sign to do
But
it
they
quickly,
can do that in America because
because
Joe
of the
Biden.
policies.
No, yeah, because our
But
policies
that
said.
makes it legal. That's what they do. They put policies in place and then it makes it legal.
Okay,
we don't
girl.
all agree on the policies. Some
All right,
policies we
we're
like
outta
and
here.
some policies we don't. But once it's a policy, it's legal.
Hey, it was great talking to
We
you.
want.
It's just like smoking weed. It's just
we
like- it's just like
want
weed that everybody don't
our.
agree with
We
it, right?
want
It's
our
still legal.
American
Ma'am,
money. We
the-
want our American money
But-
to go right here. To go right here.
Exactly.
Show that. We want American money to go right here. We want to help Americans out. We don't want it going to billions of dollars to other people that come to the country illegally. Nice lady right here, but we got to move on because I was trying to even explain why I was going to vote for Donald Trump, and she wouldn't even let me. So it's literally impossible. One thing we did take away, though, is that she thought cameraman Nate was a good-looking man. Let's move on. All right. Let's keep going. That was hectic. Oh, my gosh. Nuts.
One of the two. And I remember, look, not me, ma'am. I can't take that kind of stress.
Wow. Let's keep moving on. Crazy. What's up? Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for coming out today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Nick.
That was
Hey,
crazy over there.
Yeah, I after a while, once they start repeating, it's getting off track. It just
got hectic.
There's no point. Yeah, there's no point in it.
Yeah, it was crazy. I cannot lie.
She's set in her ways, so there's.
Set in her ways, and I wanted to explain why I'd be voting for Donald Trump. And I'm not out here to change people's minds. I'm out here to share my information. And if people are willing to listen, I feel like the stuff I have been able to see from the border, from New York City, from the illegal immigrations, I've been to Ukraine myself. I've seen what's been happening. I feel I can actually talk about these topics more than somebody that just sits inside their office and reports on the news, I feel like I have the right to be able to voice my opinion and say why I'm voting for so-and-so. And when I first got into this stuff, I wouldn't even say I was a huge Republican. I was very, there's both good sides on both parties, and I still believe there is good in both parties, but as of right now, between the choice between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, I will have to be voting for Donald Trump. And most YouTubers wouldn't even come out and say this stuff when they make the same content that I do, but I feel like God's giving me this platform, and right now, I'm going to do my best to help
You're doing a good job, and I'm
show
glad
what's
you're
going
doing
on.
You've been to the border. You want to.
I've been to
where
the border.
cats
I've
and
been
dogs are
inside Mexico. I've been to the Mexican migrant camps where people are waiting to come in through the CBP one. I've been to a country like El Salvador where they have cleaned up the crime so well that the people feel liberated and people are actually coming back to their country. When you hear all this stuff about Central and South America being so dangerous, there are solutions, but people just don't want to put them in place. Nayib Bukele, for instance, is showing people that you can still live in a country in Central and South America and not worry about gangs taking over your lives. And so it's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Did you ever
but
watch
we appreciate you for coming out.
Mafugel TV? He's
No.
a guy out of the West Coast.
No,
he
I
does
did not.
your content. He does with world events and what's going on in the country. It's a good channel. You should probably watch him.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much, sir. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you,
it.
guys. Keep doing
All right, Brooker
what
T, I'm going to give you a chance to talk about a few things. Take the mic really quick.
This has been a very interesting chat that we've had here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I had no idea what to expect when we came here, but I wasn't expecting what we have seen. We've had a lot of good debates too. Holy cow. And sometimes as you watch this channel, you can see when you do debate, it's hard to get one word in that makes it's just hard to debate people.
Yeah, I wanted to speak with that lady and say why I'm voting for Trump, but as you guys saw, she didn't even give me the chance to explain anything. So we're not looking at the character of somebody from 20 years ago. We're voting for somebody as who they are today. How are you guys doing? Good. Are you going to be voting this year? You haven't decided yet? No worries. Let's talk to these guys up here. Just make sure that that camera looks good. How are you guys doing? You guys having a good day? Speak English?
No, Spanish.
¿De dónde son? ¿De dónde eres?
Haití.
Haití. You guys are from Haiti. How long have you been here for? ¿Cuánto tiempo lleva aquí?
Huh?
¿Cuánto tiempo lleva aquí? ¿Cuánto tiempo? Un año. Y, did you come here through the CBP One app? ¿Se entró por la aplicación CBP1? No. How did you come to America? ¿Cómo llegaste a los Estados Unidos? ¿La frontera?
No.
Okay, they won't answer. We're here. Brooke, just focus on that camera, please. There is a lady over there. Nate, I'm gonna fire this dude. He doesn't even hold the camera when he's supposed to. Nathaniel! Nate! Get back over here! We're paying Nate for nothing. He's not even coming over here to hold the camera. What the heck's he doing? Cameraman Nate, he's gonna get fired. Alright, let's talk to this guy. How you doing, sir? Doing great. My name's Nick. We come out here today to Lancaster. It's been very interesting. We go all across America, asking people who they're voting for and such. And here in Lancaster, we've seen we've had waves of just pure Donald Trump, and then we've also had mixes of Kamala Harris. Right now, so far, I literally think it's been 50-50. Who are you going to be voting for?
I think I'm locked in on Trump.
Locked in on Trump?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm not like a political science major, but I can.
If that lady comes back over here, this lady's been following us around all day today. And I mean, nice lady, but this is business. We're working on. We're trying to show people what's going on, and she's following us around. And my cameraman, we're paying him, and he's not even filming right now. He's trying to debate with this lady who's already so set in her ways that would literally be impossible to change her mind.
From Lancaster?
We are not. We are from the West Coast. But What makes you excited about voting for Donald Trump?
2016 to 2020. That's all I can go by, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, finance was better then. There were no wars, so that's what I got to go by.
Awesome. Can I play you a clip? So the other day we were in North Carolina. We spoke. This man, he comes out and he talked to an undecided voter, and it was really interesting because we can listen to it here on the chat, and it's interesting because they talk about how Donald Trump is so bad and how he's not going to be able to fix what's going on. But this guy said it better than I can. Just listen to it. He's talking to an undecided voter, and this is what he had to say. Let's see.
But this guy said it better than I can. He's talking to an undecided voter.
Oh, wait, 1 second. We got the live stream going on here, too. 1 second. Okay, here we go.
What are you undecided about?
Yeah, what are you undecided about?
They haven't promised anything for black people, man. Like, it's bullshit. What are we voting for? Excuse my lack of terminology. Ice Cube went to Donald Trump and Biden with the daggone contract for black America. Trump created something called the Platinum Plan. $500 million to the black community, but they went the other way. And I'll give you something else even better than that. $487 million to this count right now spent on illegals. $500 million was promised to you by Trump that Biden spent on illegals. What you undecided about? The lies you've been told? The truth you don't want to look for? Do you realize the majority of all media is Democrat? How you going to hear something from the other side if you only listen to one side? I could have sworn there's 3 sides to the story. Yours, mine, and the truth. Well, if you're watching nothing but Democratic damn TV, what side are you getting? One? So when you was in school and you was a kid, nobody wanted to hear your side. Was that fair? That's what you're doing right now. What the hell are you blinded by? Your life has been hardened in 4 years. And you let the people that made your life hard tell you that the previous 4 years that were great didn't exist and can't be replicated by the person that did it? Are you really that daggone scared? Because I can't call you stupid. That's fear-mongering. Because fear is one of the daggone most motivating things in life.
Politics is dirty. You got to know how to play the game. So I go off the gut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when they tell you that, you see in the news, mainstream media, like that guy said, he said, if you're watching the news, most news stations are Democratic ran, so you're only getting one side of the story. There's actually 3 parts of the story, yours, mine, and the truth. So if you're only getting one side, how are you ever going to get the truth? And we're not saying that all this spill on Democratic news is false, but then he also brings up the point, they're telling you that the guy who had the country in one of the best spots it's ever been is so dangerous that he's not going to be able to do it again. So how can we trust these media when they start out by spewing these lies like that?
Exactly. So, like I said, I just go off, experience, and my experience was better those years. So, I'm going to vote for it again.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Yep. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Have a good one. And let's see, what's the time on? What have we been going for?
We're 1 hour, 57 minutes.
All right, we got a couple more minutes. We're going to talk to a few more people. And, ma'am, if you're going to follow us, the only thing we ask is that you don't speak behind the camera because the viewers cannot see it if you're speaking behind the camera.
And if I literally did that, it proves that I'm cooperating with you, right?
Yep. Hi. How are you doing, ma'am? You having a good day? We're live. We're just trying to talk to some people. Can we ask you a few questions? Okay, no worries. Okay, yeah, let's move back over here to the park. Let's see. We got a few more interviews. When we got to head out, because tomorrow we're going to Pittsburgh. We're going to be live again at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Great stream so far. It's been a lot more crazy than I thought it was going to be here in Lancaster. I thought Lancaster was going to be chill. I was hoping we were going to speak to some Amish and just have like some good conversations. Goodness, things have gotten hectic out here in Lancaster. This lady looks like a very nice lady. How you doing, ma'am? Having a good day? Great. It's a beautiful day out here in Lancaster. Awesome. You have a great day. All right, there's some people crossing the street right here. This man looks like a knowledgeable guy. Looks like a smart man. It's kind of sad to see so much homelessness in a small town like Lancaster. Or it's not necessarily a small town, but here you'd think there just wouldn't be as much as there. It's like almost more than we saw in Philadelphia yesterday. So that's kind of sad. How you doing, sir? Really quick. We're live right now. We're just talking to people. Could we ask you a few questions just for 1 minute? Oh, okay. No worries. Let's talk to this guy right here. And we did... Oh. Hello. How are you? How's your day going? How's your day going?
I don't know.
Speak English?
No.
Espanol? Are you from Haiti? Oh, okay. Wow, we've encountered 3 Haitian migrants here. We do know that here inside the city of Charleroi, I made a video going specifically into the city of Charleroi. Here in Pennsylvania, small town, 4,000 people, 2,000 illegal immigrants have entered. How are you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing great. Could we ask you guys a quick question really quick? We're live. You guys are going to be the last people we interview here. So we go all across the country. My name's Nick Shirley. We go all across the country. We've been going to all the 7 swing states. And we made it here to Pennsylvania. Yesterday we were in Philadelphia. Today we're in Lancaster. Tomorrow we're going to be in Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow.
You guys are going to be voting, correct?
Yes.
And who are you guys going to be voting for?
Can we say? Yeah, we can say.
Yeah, say
Well, Trump.
Trump.
What makes you guys want to vote for Donald Trump?
He aligns with like our beliefs, like pro-life and religion and stuff.
What do you guys think about Kamala Harris?
Well,
I definitely think, we're praying for her. I definitely think that with the past like 4 years and what she's been able to already accomplish and things like that, some of it's been good, some of it may not actually what we agree with and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of ready to also see another person in office.
You guys look like you guys got some good heads on your shoulders. What advice would you guys give to some people that are going through a tough time? Because we can see you guys are here for a Christian event, right?
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to people that are going through a rough time right now?
Truly just, honestly, the only way like you can truly just make it through this life is if you just put your trust in Jesus and just truly surrender to Him and just devote your life to Him, because He's going to give you so much strength and joy and peace that you're not even going to understand, but it's Jesus.
Also, just refer
To
back to
love,
the
yes.
Refer back to the Bible. Like, take what you hear from the world and put it to Scripture, and see what the Word says and see what the world says, and then from there, that's when you decide. Is this something you agree with? Is this something you don't agree with?
Anything else from you guys?
No, they hit it right on the nail. Just Jesus.
God is love.
Jesus, only way.
God is love.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time. We appreciate it. Have a great one. You too.
Y'all be careful.
Great people right there. Great people. That's pretty good then. I think we should send it on them. They were amazing. Had a good message to anybody going through something. Open up the scripture, open up the Bible. And I just hope everybody has a great day. Go check out Polymarket. There's a pinned comment above. You go ahead, download the app. It's completely free. You can get up-to-date predictions as to who people think is going to be winning the election. Tomorrow we'll be live from Pittsburgh at 1 p.m. Give this video a like. If you're not subscribed, you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, because every day we are doing this. And so, thank you guys so much for watching. And this was hectic here in Lancaster. What can I say? Didn't think it was going to be as crazy. Thought Philadelphia was going to be crazier. Lancaster proved us wrong. Or proved us